Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to say that we have lost some members of our Destiny community this week, and I am so I just don't know what to say. I think that I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. But this week in Destiny, we lost Wallhack motherfucker. Oh, he will be missed. We missed Prick, who has 99% accuracy with a gnawing hunger. And not last, but certainly not least, we lost Bitch, who will snipe you from across the map with just a little bit of your head showing.
Oh, God. Just KF, I'm sorry, Pastor. These are tears of joy.
Oh, thank God.
Finally, I can play Trials on PC again. Thank you.
I understand. Fuck those guys.
Yes, fuck them. Fuck them hard, Daddy.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 67 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe and interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. All of this while trying not to take ourselves too seriously and having some fun along the way. I'm your host, The Gator. And my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. Hey, Hazel, how's your week been, man?
Oh, man, my week's been pretty good. It's been busy as hell again. But not too bad, though. Not too bad. Spent the day with my daughter today, so we had all kinds of fun. Fridays are like our day where we like go get coffee. Well, I get coffee, she gets water, and then we'll get Pokestops and that kind of thing. So, and by the way, shout out to Drafty. He befriended my daughter on Pokemon Go, and now she's been sending him gifts and probably harassing him wanting to play. So, so thank you for that, Drafty.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Yeah. Phoenix is a buddy of mine, too, on there. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's good stuff. And also, some of our guests, Truth's clan, they're actually on there, too. And I'm friends with them, too. So, it's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. What about you, man?
It has been a full week of rain. Every day it's been rainy. All kinds of tropical disturbances down in the Gulf. It's just a soup down here. And sorry for you guys up north that are getting a little cold. My son included up in Minnesota. I think it's been about 79 to 80 all week, but it's just been cloudy and light, misty rain. It's just, hey, welcome to Weather Channel, everyone. Hope you're having a good night. No, it's been an average week. I wouldn't say it was a great week. It's been an average week, to say the least. But hey, enough about me. Let's talk about tonight's guest. He's a father, a gamer, and I didn't even know this, but he created his own Destiny clan and community, the Forsaken Brotherhood. And this is his first time on the show. It's Truthl1ves. Hey, Truth, how you been, man?
Not bad. I mean, it's a little cold up here.
Okay. Well, just a quick overview of tonight's show. First, we're going to hear Truth's story and about his life. We're going to test his resolve in our fast fire session we call the speed run. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB for this 20th week of Season of Arrivals.
See, even your ass is sounding tired about waiting for this shit, too. So I don't hear it.
2 weeks.
It's been boring.
2 weeks, guys. 2 resets. That's all you got to look. 2 resets and we're done. So hang in there, guys. I know.
So painful.
It is. It's very painful. 2 weeks left at Beyond Light. We'll be there, guys, for you know it. And you know we're going to have opinions on the TWAB and the upcoming Beyond Light, and I'm curious to see what Truth has to say tonight, too. Finally, we're going to answer questions from our community and add 2 songs each from our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. All right, let's do this.
All right, Truth. Buddy.
What's up?
Man, I feel like I've known you for a long time.
You see how it
When
works?
did you Do what?
That's usually how it works when you meet people in gaming. Truly. It really is.
It does. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even remember when, like, first ran into you, but I mean, it seems like I've known you and seen your name in other Discords and things like that for so long now. But now, we're doing this shit, so let's get a chance to know you, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. So tell us a little about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Where do you call home? Things like that.
So, I grew up in a little town in Nevada called Battle Mountain. It's a very small town. You basically drive down the freeway and you will pass it, and you will see everything you can see of that town.
Excuse me. Are you sure? It's not Nevada?
Oh, shit.
Say what?
I'm sorry. Go, I'm sorry. I had to say that. I'm sorry. I had to say it. I'm sorry. Continue.
It is pronounced Nevada. Let's be real here. It's pronounced Nevada. Okay. My wife and I just recently got married like a year ago. Actually, it was a year ago. So
congrats,
that's
man!
been fun.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man, it's great.
Oh yeah, it's been fun. It's been chaotic. 10-month-old. It's chaotic.
Well, it's no fun if it isn't chaotic. Come on.
That's true. But my wife and I just moved to our brand new house we just bought. 2 months ago, I think.
Fantastic, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Nice.
It's been a crazy year. But I live in Spring Creek, Nevada now. So it's like the housing section for the city, like 15 minutes away from me. But we have our own zip code. Like, that makes sense, right?
Well,
How'd you pull that off?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Well, what do you do to pay the bills there, Truth?
So what do I do? All right. I'm going to give you the simplest terms. I work in a dirt factory.
You're going to have to explain that further.
Exactly. So I work in the warehouse.
Okay.
For a lab company, because out here in Nevada, there's a lot of mining going on because gold mining is the highest, it's the biggest, largest job out here. Or biggest industry, that's the word I wanted to use. So they send us all their exploration samples because they all have their own on-site labs, but they have to send all their exploration stuff to us because we control the stock market. If I can get the words out, that'd be great. So we take care of all their samples. We crush them, pulverize them into like a baby powder consistency, ship them off to our analytical labs, and they test for gold and whatever the materials they want to look for.
Oh, wow.
My job as a warehouse guy is to store the said dirt.
When you said you had one little one?
Yes, one.
Oh, no. It's a fun ride. It's a fun ride.
Oh yeah. It's only gonna get worse, right?
It's got its moments. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. She says "daddy," "mama," and all kinds of things like that. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. She'll wrap you around her finger. And,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of the devil, my daughter's in town right now as we speak. She's in the other room, and
Oh nice.
we went out to dinner tonight. It's just amazing how fast they grow up, man. Jeez.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But
yep.
yeah, they'll know how to just look at you a certain way, and you'll go, "Oh, right, fine."
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. But see, that's the thing, though, is that eventually what's going to happen is you're going to forget all the bad things that are happening. Like right now, where you're like, waking up like at 3 o'clock in the morning and random shit like that. And then
wake up at 6,
you're going to.
man.
I mean, for the kid. I mean,
Oh no,
waking up
she sleeps through the night,
screaming
man.
Okay.
She slept through the night since she was born, man. I haven't had to wake up at all.
You're the one that had that one, okay? Because everyone else's kids wake up at 3 a.m.
Nope, my kid, she'll sleep until 8 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, mine did too for a while, but then you'll have these moments where it's just like hell on earth, and then you're going to forget about those moments. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Those moments are going to be like few and far between, and you're going to forget about them, and you're going to go like, you know what? It's not that bad. I think we need to have another.
Here comes the next wave.
Oh yeah,
About
exactly.
to crash. About to crash.
I mean, we can get into that, but we got some stuff going on with that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that in your Discord. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll let you guys think about that for a minute.
So, all right, we'll get the ship back on track here. So, what was your earliest moment in gaming?
Oh man, I want to say an old NES. I played the original Super Mario Brothers on it, and Duck Hunt.
Nice.
Legend, which I can't remember which Legend of Zelda it was, but it was one of those Zelda games. And I played Mario Brothers 3 on it. Oh, I still remember the brick controller and playing with it and holding that. Oh, I want more. I want it back so bad. Oh,
That was actually a nice controller. I like that controller.
Yeah.
It's very simple to
even
use.
for being how square it was still felt great in your hands to hold.
Yeah, but you know what we used before that, Truth? We used a damn joystick with one button on it.
That's true. That's true.
It was an upgrade, trust me.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, what's funny now is we have a Switch, and my wife is playing Mario on it, and the controller for the Switch is maybe like 3 inches long, possibly. And she's like, I can't fucking use this.
Yeah.
And then it's just hilarious. And she's like, give me the old controller back.
Well, that's why everybody's buying the Pro controller, right?
Yeah, exactly. I did. It's fantastic.
Oh, see, I need to get a Switch.
Those little, whatever they call them, Incons or whatever, those things actually.
Joy-Cons. I think they're
There's
Joy-Cons.
no way in hell my big hands will fit around that thing. No way. No way in hell.
Clip it. Clip that.
Son of a bitch.
Sin is going to have fun with that bit.
Oh, shit. Damn it. I forgot
anyway.
I forgot other people are getting clips. It sucks.
That does suck.
Yeah.
Well, no,
But,
what I was gonna say is there was the ColecoVision, which came after the Atari. It looked like a giant cell phone with a joystick on the end of it and side buttons, which was a little bit better. But when the NAS came out, it was just revolutionary.
Right.
Video game history for all you guys who already know it. So
Right. I didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know that.
all right, cool. Well, we learn something every day.
Yeah. I only saw the ColecoVision in comic books. So
I never even heard of it until today.
Well,
That tells you how young I am, right?
how'd you find Destiny, man?
I'm a big Halo guy. So a buddy of mine back home in Battle Mountain showed me Halo, and we did a 4-player local session against each other. And it was super fun. We had so much fun on Halo 3. And since then, I've always been a fan of Bungie's work. And then when I saw Bungie making a project of Destiny, and I saw a lot of the what are those called? Trailers, the promotional videos of the live actions.
Oh, yeah.
The Hunter drew me in. I mean, a dude with a cloak that had a fucking hand cannon in his hand. I mean, for a moment there, when I first saw those, I really want to say, I thought it was going to make it weapon specific, like class specific. Like if you had to play a hunter, be able to use a hand cannon. Like that's what I thought it was when it was first like that. It looked like that because they didn't show the hunter with any other guns but a hand cannon. So,
Hey, Truth, I didn't even know this. You've been in our Discord a long time. And then I realized you had your own Discord, your own gaming clan, Destiny clan. How did that begin, man? Were you in another clan or another community and just decided to break off? Or what's the story on that, man?
So I've ran a few clans before for years, actually. I've been doing different gaming clans. I did PC ones with an old game called Star Wars Republic Commandos. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
I ran a few of those clans out back then when that was popular on PC. Moved to Xbox, and I made one called... Actually, it was PC I started it on. Never mind. I called it Dark Codex Gaming. And it started out as a Star Wars The Old Republic, that MMORPG on PC guild. We branched out into a fantasy game called not Star Wars, wow. Guild Wars 2. And then we went from that, I moved myself over to Xbox because I had more time on Xbox on other games, and went from there. And then some things went through, we weren't able to continue on with it, and I decided to start up the Forsaken Brotherhood, and it's where we are now. It's only been 1 year since its founding. It started out as not even a Destiny clan. It was actually supposed to be more of a community of sorts. And then I started playing Destiny more during Season of Opulence, and I decided to make a clan on it. And we went from there, and I've reached 90 members on Xbox alone, and then we branched out. Some of our guys from our Xbox clan went to a PC clan of ours that we made. It's called the Brotherhood of the Nine. And
Nice.
we run underneath the same name as the Forsaken Brotherhood, but they're just a subdivision of our main name. And I think they're at like 50, 60 people already for PC alone.
Oh, that's awesome. Man.
So
there's a lot of gamers out there, man, that love to play Destiny. Now,
yeah.
if I was to look at your clan and the clan description, and while I see you in game, what would your clan description say?
Oh man, I can't even tell you right now.
No, I mean in your own words.
It's pretty. It doesn't really actually have much to say it, but it's pretty much we're open for anything. Really, we're pretty easygoing, pretty open. Be willing to talk bullshit in orbit. Let's be honest.
All right. No, that's cool. That's what we do. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say, that's awesome, though, man. I mean, because it's just really cool to see like a community startup. I mean, relatively recently, even, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
And then to see it grow like you have grown it. What are you doing to do that?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So I've learned tricks throughout the years I've been doing this. I've learned the easiest way to recruit people is not just by sending them a random invite, but I always DM them. I always send them an Xbox message like, "Hey, you interested in joining an Xbox clan?" Or I'll send them an invite to the in-game clan as well at the same time. That way the option's there. If they want to join, they can immediately join and they can message me back if they're interested. Or if they want to learn more, they can learn more that way. But that way I've already got a door open. Whether they decide to keep that door open or close it, it's up to them.
Nice.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
It's helped out actually quite a bit. I've actually found this really good app on my phone to make it 10 times easier. I just type in a keyword, like mine is TFBI, I think is what I type in, those 4 letters, and it autofills with my invitation message.
Oh, that's
a beautiful app. It's a beautiful app.
That's so cool. So are you guys mainly PvE, PvP, or are you guys a good mix? What do you guys do?
We're kind of a mix. We kind of do whatever we want, really, whenever we want to. But my main focus myself is I'm a PvE player. I play PvP when I'm bored.
Right.
Which right now I'm really bored, so I play a lot of PvP. Let's be real.
It's a different game every time.
It is. We have a mix of pretty good people from all over the place. I mean, I'm not going to say we're the greatest PvP players in the world, but we do get some pretty good games. One of my guys went on he went all week with Iron Banner running Suros Regime, and he was top of the team, 36 plus kills every time.
Nice.
Damn.
And by no means is he really good at PvP. By no means. But he just had some really good luck that week. But he's a really good guy. Awesome to work with.
That's good. Well, okay, here's the test. What is your favorite PvE loadout?
Oh, man. Favorite PvE loadout?
If you're going into a raid, let's just say a raid or maybe a Grandmaster or something. No, a Grandmaster's pushing it. Just a regular strike or something. What are you bringing?
Well, for me, right now, since I got my Summoner finally, I'll bring my Summoner.
Okay.
Either that or I'll bring my Reckless Oracle, because that's a badass gun. Let's be real. I bring really any heavy. I really don't bother me about heavy. I just got Wendigo recently, and I've been having fun with that, so I've been using that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for raids, I take Whisper with me, and I take just about one of every element. And if I have to, I try to change it out if I need to, based on what part of the raid we're in.
Right.
If I need a shotgun or a fusion, I'll grab a shotgun or a fusion if I need it. But kinetics, I've been using my Hazard of the Cast. I got this really good triple tap outlaw roll on it.
Wow, that's old school.
Ooh.
It's an old school, man.
Auto rifle from Gambit. First days of Gambit.
Yes, and I have the Season of the Forge ornament on it, and I got the Callus shader from regular Leviathan. I put that on it. It's pure gold. It makes that gun pure gold.
Nice. I like gold.
It's beautiful.
Gold's
it's a beautiful
good.
gun. I'll have to show you a picture of it when I can.
Yeah, definitely do that, man.
Yeah,
send it to us. We'll throw it in our Instagram.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
All right. Now
That's awesome.
the ever important question. What's your loadout in PvP?
Okay, PvP. So it just depends on what I'm trying to do in PvP. Because if I want scouts, I can go Jade Rabbit because I got the Catalyst finish for that. I got Suros Regime full auto with my Catalyst on there. I can go Randy's Throwing Knife because that's a fun one to play with.
That is.
Revoker. I don't have Mountaintop. I'm not gonna touch Mountaintop. That's too much of a grind for my ass.
I didn't get it either, man. now that it's going away, I feel better about that too.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about I didn't get Luna's or not Luna. Yeah, Luna and
Not Forgotten.
Not Forgotten. I didn't get those either or Redrix because I didn't have the time for it.
Yeah, Redrix is a grind. No. All those guns are a real big grind.
Oh yeah. But I'll take just about anything in the Crucible. It just depends on what I really want to do. Like 90% of the time, I take a sword in, but I don't use it because I never get heavy anyways. So.
All right, you got to tell me. Do you 3-peak?
No.
Good.
No.
You passed.
No.
You can keep.
Why would I do that?
He can
stay
Hazel.
I have no need for that.
He can stay Hazel.
I have no need for it. I can already tell you this much right now. Even with 3-peaking, I couldn't even get half the shit I get now.
Yeah, that's precious time. I could be dying. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's funny. All right. Well, sir, regarding then the PvE side of things,
okay.
What about raiding? You have a favorite raid or anything like that?
So, my favorite to run anyways, because it's the quickest, is Eater of the Worlds, because I can take a group through that in like 45 minutes max, but if I get a really good skilled team, I can probably do it in 15.
Damn.
It's not that hard. It's super simple. As soon as you memorize the jumping puzzle and how it works, and you have a system down for it, it's super easy. But favorite raid to actually run, it's between Scourge the Past and Last Wish for D2.
Last Wish is a long raid, man.
It is long, but it is so much fun.
It's beautiful.
My favorite encounter is Vault Encounter. I really love reading in Vault, man. It's super fun to figure it out, especially if you have a team that's never done it before, and you're like, okay, you're gonna read this, and I'll figure out what the fuck you're doing.
You know what's funny? Even I've run Wish several times. I still can't figure that damn one out. I just say, let me just kill ads, okay, guys?
Don't say this right here.
Yep.
I can give you this really good tip. A buddy of mine in my clan, he's one of our guys. I call him our raid guiders, but he gave me this really good tip. And Tumbra is always on the right, and Penumbra's on the left. So a good tip for you is PL, Penis Lickers, is left, and Assault Rifle is right.
Okay.
Huh.
I don't know.
Sadly, I am probably never going to forget that.
And that's also a soundbite. Thank you very much.
Go for it.
Oh, man.
But,
it's a long raid, man.
Oh, it is a long one. I love it, though. Super fun. Once you get the hang of it, it's super easy.
Well, let me ask you this. Dude.
Okay.
What's behind the gamer tag?
Oh, man. I knew you were going to answer this question. I'm sitting there like, okay, why did I pick this gamer tag?
Because I liked
it. No, I did this a long time ago when I got my first Xbox. I don't even remember the original gamer tag I was given. And I haven't changed this gamer tag since I changed it. This is the exact same gamer tag. The only thing I've added to it is the clan tag in the front with this TFB.
Right.
But I want to say it was the same buddy that showed me Halo. We both went to church together. And he goes by the name of Strange to Society in his gaming community. He's got, he has a YouTube channel and a few other things that he does. And that's what he goes by, is a Strange to Society. And so I was like, well, that's kind of cool. What else can I do with that? Or something along those lines. And he mentioned Truthl1ves. And I just gone from there with it, to be honest with you. And it's been with me forever.
How old would you think you were when you made that gamer tag?
Oh, man. Like
16, maybe?
I want to say 16, 15.
Nice. You never realize how important it is to create that gamer tag. It goes with you everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I ask every guest, because sometimes it has a lot of history.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it completely. I used to go by like 30 different gamer tags back in the day, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Just recently, I've started changing everything over to 1.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, it's funny. Now that you said that, Gator, I like wanted to see like roughly how long I've had my gamer tag now. So I've had mine for that I can remember. I remember using it for Halo 2 playing online.
Oh, damn.
And that came out in 2004. So I've had mine for at least 16 years.
That's not bad.
Okay. I looked up mine. I mean, I just remember mine. I used to be called Instigator with GATR at the end. And everyone always would just call me Gator. So finally I said, F it. I think I was in Battlefield 4, which what would that date me? 2013?
I think it was
2012 maybe. And that's when I changed it to just Gator, because everyone was always calling me Gator. So I was like, you know what? Forget, no one's ever going to call me Instigator, so it's just Gator. And it's carried on ever since. And I have derivations of it, of course, but Gator's that's everybody knows me by, so that's why I went with it.
Cool.
2013.
Nice, man.
Battlefield 4. I had to look it up. It's going to bother me if I don't look it up.
Yeah, I hear you. You know how I figure that out? I say, okay, I've been playing Destiny forever. Destiny was 2014, so I just got to think how many years before Destiny.
Smart,
it's like BC and AC in the dates.
Yeah, right.
It's before Destiny and after Destiny.
Wow.
Beautiful.
All right, sir. So, breaking out of these normal questions that we have there. So,
Okay.
And gaming related. What do you do like outside of gaming for hobbies? Anything?
Not really. Let's be real. I sit at home.
Hazel.
Be real.
Hazel, he's got a young kid. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's his new hobby.
Stops thing. That really stops thing. Keeping it alive is
But it's not that bad. It's not. It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
great about a gaming hobby is your little daughter can sleep in your lap while you're playing. I have a picture of that with my son. So,
well, I don't have a picture of that yet.
You will.
But I've got a picture of her holding my Xbox controller and really happy.
Teach him early, man.
I was happy.
Hey, you'll need those trials carries in 2030.
Right. Right.
Sorry, Hazel. I'm all over the place tonight.
You're good, man.
Okay. Well, then this is my other question that I ask every guest, and I'm always amazed by all the answers I get. But what's one thing about you that no one in our gaming community might know about you?
Oh, that's a lot of things because I haven't met a lot of people, to be honest with you.
Well,
I've met Jealous. I've met a few other people, but not very many.
Okay. Maybe you mention one or two, maybe.
Let's see. Well, I can tell you this much right now. My daughter wasn't planned. It was not a part of the plan.
Okay. You just
else is there?
You just described 50% of the kids out there, I think.
That's true. Well, especially this year.
I mean, when we decided to have kids, it was like, hey, let's try to have. Oh, okay.
Never mind. We're already
It was good. We're okay. We're doing this. No turning back now. Yeah.
Well, what point did you say that, Gator?
What's
sorry.
that?
Anyway,
I'm
nothing.
sorry. Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Oh no, you're good. You could have kept going. I was just sitting here saying I said that was a surprise, wasn't it? Trying to think what else there is. Most of you don't know how old I am. I'm 23. In November 6th, I'll be 23. That's what it is.
Okay.
In November, I'll be 23. So I'm probably one of your younger guests on the show.
Not our youngest, though.
Not our youngest. Definitely not.
Really?
Nope.
Oh.
Can you guess who our youngest is?
I mean, I could guess Jealous. Probably the only one.
No. Jealous is not by a long shot. Jealous is much older.
Oh yeah, he's older than me. Damn it. He doesn't sound older. That's
well.
What
Let's just
off.
say I'll just say this. He's involved a lot in the Guardian Hub clan right now. Skull Reaper.
Really?
Yeah. He was 15.
Yep.
Damn.
I think he was 15.
when we interviewed him.
Yeah.
No, I think he was 16.
16. Yeah.
I think. And then
wow.
Probably by now he's 17. So
Yeah. There you go.
Damn. Okay.
So no.
Damn it! I was hoping to be the youngest.
Sorry, man. That record's gonna be, I don't think that record's ever going to be broken.
yeah,
No.
I don't know. That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be weird.
Well, maybe something behind the scenes, behind gaming, or something that no one knows about you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fine, man. You've got 2 things that nobody knew. Come on now.
Well,
I do have a second one. All right, let me be real. All right, I'll just break it out right now. We just recently found out that my wife is pregnant.
Very nice.
At least she hasn't.
Aww.
We haven't gone to an actual doctor yet, but we don't know how far along she is or anything like that. But yeah, so
Nice, man.
Congratulations, man.
by no means was this planned.
2020.
I don't, that's life, man.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited
I think-
anyways.
Yeah, I think Gator's gonna have a similar announcement next week. No,
God, I hope not, man. I'll be 105 when my son, my third son or daughter's in college. Come on, man.
Can I say I'd pay to see his announcement? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd pay it. I'd pay to see
No,
it.
it's not gonna
I'd
happen.
fly my ass to Florida to see it.
No, it's not gonna happen.
yeah, you have to see it at a hospital. You sure you'd have a heart attack after that bullshit?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, my favorite question to ask is, Mr. Truth Lives, do you have a favorite motto or mantra that you live by, or a couple of them?
I've got 2. I always tell my guys in my clan right before I leave or anything like that, I say wrap it before you tap it. Rule number 1 of your life.
Gator, are you listening?
I think we just found the title of our book. That is awesome. I love that.
Seriously, I tell them every single time I see them. I'm always like, wrap it before you tap it, boys. Truly.
That's awesome.
But I always go by, I've had worse. By no means I've never had worse situations or anything like that, but I always tell people, I've had worse. Or it could be worse. That's another one I use too, is it could be worse. Because there are way worse things out there in the world than what you're dealing with.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? That's true.
Yeah, nice.
We don't ask many guests this question, but we have a little bit of time here.
Go for it.
I'm curious if Deeds, before he steps down at the end of the month,
And
says,
goes to Microsoft.
well, he's going to do that, but not before he does that, before he heads off to Microsoft and bigger and better things. He comes to you and says, Truth, what would be your ideal destiny? How would you answer him?
Oh, man. So you're saying Deej, right?
Yeah, Deej. He's like, before I move on to Microsoft up in upper management, what would be your ideal destiny? What would you want to see in Destiny?
I'd love to see more done with the Fallen story, like Mithrax especially, because I haven't seen much of him since 0 Hour, and I'd love to see more of him. And just the thought of having a group of Guardians that are fallen would be badass. Let's be real. Let's be real. I found years ago, or not even years ago, actually just a couple months ago, I found I don't even know where it was. Someone created their own custom exotics, and it was called War and Peace. And it was a dual sidearm that you ran, but there was a second version of it that had 3 weapons. And the only way you could carry it is if you were a Elixni Guardian. So, I'd love to see them go somewhere with that, maybe add a new race of Guardians or something like that that's not human formed.
Yeah.
Give us an alien, please. That Awoken is not an alien.
No,
By no means.
Oh, they're half human. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be really cool, though. That kind of sounds to me like they took it right up and would do something like that from like Halo 2. How you get to play as the Arbiter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I'd love to see something like that done with Mithrax. I'd love to see just more detail on that story. Because he shows up for 0 Hour, kills the boss with you, picks up you, and that's it. And you're like, okay, where's he at now?
Yeah, I like that. Well, Truth, you ready?
Oh, what, for the speed run?
Are you ready for that speed run, man?
Oh, we'll give it a try.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for sharing your life with us. That's cool, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
All right.
Yes, thank you, man. That was awesome.
Speedrun's next, right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week. This segment is called the Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and Truth here is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answered will win a cool prize and the title of 2020 Speedrun Champion. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and just have to answer quickly what comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from my list. Hazel is the timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final, unless I need to cross-check it. Xanafan 711 is the Xanafan is the 711 is the leader at 27. So, Truth,
Damn.
you ready to do this, man?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Just focus, man. Just focus. You'll be good. All right.
You got this.
You got it, man. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Cake or pie?
Cake.
Human, awoken, or exo?
Exo.
Thick or skinny fries?
Skinny.
Ikora, Cade, or Zavala?
Cade.
UFC or WWE?
UFC.
What is your favorite Destiny planet?
Earth.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel?
Pop-Tarts.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
Mac or PC?
PC.
What is your favorite restaurant?
Owl Club.
Candy bars or chocolate bars?
K-Bars.
What would be your ideal career or job?
To work from home.
DC or Marvel?
DC.
Garth Brooks or Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
Void, solar, or arc?
Solar.
Would you live at the beach or a cabin in the woods?
Cabin.
Last word or ace of spades?
Last word.
Do you like black licorice?
Yes.
If you had more time, what would you do with it?
Live forever.
Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Taken King or Forsaken?
Take your time.
All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. That was respectable.
That was a solid score, man. Solid score.
You
Well,
did better
you
than
cut
Gator
out
did.
like at the last, like what was it? Pop-Tart and toaster strudel.
Yeah.
And then gold or silver. I didn't hear anything of the beginning of that question.
Really?
Yeah.
It cut out on you?
Yeah, I did. I was like,
Oh,
I just heard the last half. I'm like, okay, gold.
there we go.
I was like, okay, I'm going to roll with it.
Oh, man. Technology, isn't it great?
Yeah, I couldn't even tell because you just kept going. You were just like
Yeah.
a machine.
Yeah. But you know what? I noticed you thought about your answers before you answered.
Exactly.
I like
noticed
that.
For the most
too.
part. For the most part.
I like that. I like that, man. Well,
For the one you could hear anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Well, Hazel, what do we got, man?
All right. 22.
Nice.
Damn. I did not think I was going to get 22. I thought I'd get maybe 15.
Well, I think
You
I
hit
got
10.
I think
you
I got
hit 10 before, like,
Yeah.
30 seconds in. Yeah, you had
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, you were moving.
I think
But I
I
had
did.
easy
I think I did
questions.
like
I had-
eight. I did like 18, man, and I know the answers. I mean, I know the questions.
But then again, you look at the questions all the time. You have to think about it more because you're like, oh, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
it throws in ideas in your own head.
it does. It clouds them up. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, hey, man, good job. That's a solid
Thanks,
score,
I
man.
tried. I
Solid
tried.
score. I'll update in our records, and that way it'll be down. And if you decide to come on our show in the future, you get give it another shot.
Yeah, man, I'm down for it.
Good deal, man. Good deal. Well, hey, I've got a question for all you listeners out there. Do you have a great question for our speed run? If that's a yes, then join our Discord and enter them in our speed run question ideas channel, and we'll add them to next year's speed run. Just remember they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. At the end of the year, for putting your question in that channel, we're having a drawing for a $25 gift card of your choice, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. So good luck with that. All right, I believe it is time to talk about this week at Bungie. This week at Bungie. Damn, I can't talk tonight. What's going on in this week at Bungie, Hazel?
Gator's drunk. That's this week at Bungie. So, All right, so starting with the easy shit here. So pretty much Prime time continues. So if you have a Prime membership with Amazon, you can go get a new Sparrow or an old Sparrow, a ship, new Ghost Shell, fun emote. In fact, I already have all this shit, so it doesn't mean anything to me. But go for it if you need it, or if you want it, go for it. Then, besides that, Bungie released a new teaser video. Well, I'd say kind of like a teaser video, maybe they call it a story trailer. But this was actually pretty cool. What did you guys think about this?
What do you think, Truth?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was supposed to start or not. I enjoyed it. It was very interesting. I do get Forsaken vibes with it because of the Barons, And I noticed that it looked like that when I was watching the trailer, but I'm like, it looks like it's going to be really interesting. Because they brought back Varix. And I noticed that one scene, I don't know if I want to spoil anything. I don't know. I mean, I doubt people have already seen this. I mean, let's be real.
Just go with it. You're good.
But Varix calling her old friend, that's a bit concerning. Like, I don't know if Varix is on my side or on her side. I mean, even though it shows him being, stasised up, but I mean, doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Well, we've been wondering that question for a while, though, about Varix.
What has Varix been doing?
Well, killing Cade. But yeah.
That's true. That's true. Let's be real. And Zavala's no help.
He's having a midlife crisis, I think.
No. Zavala's no help. Let's be real. Zavala didn't do jack.
Let's face it, Zavala is he's in the middle of a hurricane right now. I don't think he knows what to do. I think he's kind of frozen. Oh my God, no pun intended.
Is that a stasis joke?
Yeah, it's a stasis joke. I'm telling you, I hit that one accidentally. Jeez.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I got Forsaken vibes as well. When they started talking, when the individual characters, had one that has some kind of giant backpack on its back. I was like, oh yeah, I remember a character similar to that in Forsaken. And it looked very good. I got to admit, the Barons part of the Forsaken I loved. So if that's going kind of down this road, I'm good with that.
Well, I like the Barons part. I just wish they would have made them into strikes. Let's be real. They should have been strikes.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Just because that was so much content that they built, and they didn't do anything with it but one little adventure into it. That you only get to replay like once a week. Yeah,
that it wasn't replayable unless it was because once you did it, it disappeared, right?
It goes away.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I like replaying those.
Yeah, that's why I'm like I'm hoping if they do this and those are bosses you have to kill, we get to play them as strikes like Zol and Nokris were.
Yeah, exactly.
Or make them raid bosses. That works too.
Yeah. Overall, I liked it. It was good. I'm looking forward to seeing more, but it whet my appetite as much as it needed to. So, Yep.
Yeah. I was kind of I mean, I was on the fence because everything that we've seen up to this point has been all pretty much the same thing.
True.
So with this was something new where I'm kind of like, all right, the hype train's kind of picking me up a little bit. Because I've kind of like a vow to myself that I'm going to like hold off until I see like maybe like a week before I pick it up. But with this, it was like, ooh, like this looks pretty interesting. I think I might pick this up before I might cave and, ride the hype train.
Right.
So, all right. So, that being said, we have 110 ? Meet 120. All right. So, these are the sandbox changes that they're making. So, basically, 110s are no longer a thing anymore. They increase the rate of fire from 110 to 120. And then they broke out aggressive hand cannons, allowing custom tuning of the stats. So that way they can still be aggressive and they're going to be 120s instead of 110s. And then they made changes to adaptive and precision, where basically the fall off is, they increase the damage fall off 5 meters for those stats. I'm not liking this hand cannon meta that's going to be rolling out.
You and me both, brother. I'm not liking this either.
It could be worse.
Could be. That's your motto, I know.
Yes, yeah.
Here's the problem I see about this. This is the problem I see. Hand cannons are sticky as hell in Crucible, and you're increasing the range quite a bit on these guns. You're talking about pulse rifle range, and it's going to be really tough with a pulse rifle to compete against hand cannons. They're already so strong. If you have someone who's using a hand cannon and can get the crits, they're going to own you with this new change. And I'm a pulse rifle guy, and this worries me because this is going to make hand cannons like across the map stuff, or not across the map, but they're going to be similar, very similar to what my bygones would do. So I don't know. That's where my spidey senses were tingling.
It basically nullifies.
Well,
pulses.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, scouts have been. I mean, you're saying this is at the precision range. Like in the sense of like a pulse rifle. Scouts can't even beat a hand cannon. Let's be real here. I can pull a hand cannon out and beat a scout at a range.
You know what the problem with scout rifles? The reason they're not so good. This goes. We're talking. Of course, we're talking Crucible here. They're actually not bad in PvE if you need to.
Oh,
if you need to pop a vandal that's trying to snipe you and is annoying as hell. Scout rifle's really nice.
Oh yeah.
Here's the problem: the existing maps that are in the Crucible right now are still old Bungie Year 1 maps, and they're built for 4v4. They're not built for 6v6. Which, let's face it, a majority of the games are 6v6 now, and unless you're playing comp, that's different. But the problem with scouts is they do so little damage. Someone can easily close the gap on you on these smaller maps.
Agreed.
And there's I would say the only chance you have is a Mida, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the Mida multi-tool, because it has third eye, is fairly effective still in Crucible, because you can see those people coming up on you and make an action to get away from that person. But you still, as far as killing power, they can't close the gap unless it's a Jade Rabbit. A Jade Rabbit is a head knocker. I have been popped. Yes. If you know how to use a Jade Rabbit correctly, and Hazel's going to talk about this in a little bit, but it is a mighty gun if you can get the distance from people.
Yes, it is. I love my Jade Rabbit.
Yep.
I spent all 250 Crucible kills getting that catalyst done.
Yeah, momentum control for the win.
It's worth it.
Did not do it in momentum. I did it in Iron Banner and regular control.
Ew.
And survival.
Ew.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. What I noticed though is that you say you don't PvP unless you're bored. Yeah. And I'm like, man, you got some skills at PvP. Don't shortchange yourself, man. You're doing some shit there.
I don't mind. I mean, I can do PvP. I'm just not I'm going to do PvP all day. Find me a raid midday, I'll do it. I'd rather do that than Crucible. Let's be real.
Oh. All right. So, moving on. Again, hand cannons for me, I'm kind of disgusted by them. I don't know. This may drive me away from PvP when it comes to this, just because I don't want to do that shit.
For people who love to use hand cannons, this is awesome news. For people who don't, this is not good news.
Yeah, for people who don't like getting
is your
killed
friend
by
if
them.
you're not a Yeah. Well, if you're not a hand cannon guy, Malfeasance is your friend for a hand cannon.
Wait a minute now. There is one gun that is staying at 150 though.
Yeah, it's called Sunshot.
Yeah, it's not a bad gun.
I've actually never used Sunshot.
Think of shooting a wet sock. That's what it feels like. It's the same. It's kind of the same as Malfeasance. Malfeasance is a little crisper. It's like the way it sounds and shoots. It's like you're shooting something like something wet in your hand. It has like a squishing sound when you fire it. I don't know.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's hard to explain, man. But it's not a crisp, like hand cannon sound when you shoot it. It's more of a softer. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just strange. It's a strange sound.
Strange to hear you talk about that sound.
Give the sound guy a raise because he definitely. It was a great sound.
But anyway, so sniper rifles, they are basically, they're not really doing much with them, except they are increasing the aim assist on high zoom scopes. And then for lower zoom scopes, they are basically reducing the aim assist. So I'm kind of digging this because I really don't want aim assist on my shit. I like it better where basically I'm in control, and then if I, pull the trigger, then, boom, headshot. It's on me. It's not aim assist.
If you're using a controller, you're going to want aim assist, brother.
Yes. Controller aim assist is actually better for you.
Yeah.
PC aim assist would be better to not have any. Now,
curving the bullet to a headshot when you're not actually aiming on their head, I agree. That's part of that cone that they're talking about. But I'm worried because I love using the revoker, and this is going to nullify the revoker, or at least make it a little more difficult to use it. So I'm going to have to start learning some longer scopes now. I don't know. I can't. Yeah. If you're playing on PC,
larger maps, so that way you can use them.
If you're playing on PC, your FOV's slider is already maxed out at 105. This will make things a little easier. But if you're playing on console at 78 FOV and 30 frames still, which, let's face it, it's going to happen for a month after release still, so it's going to be really tough for people to use those high zoom scopes. But that's all I have to say about snipers.
Yeah. Truth, anything?
I'm not worried about it too much. I'm not really a big sniper person in Crucible. I did it for my Revoker quest, and that's about it. I'll pull Revoker out every once in a while when I've got a team in like survival that I'm playing that's got ranged on me. Then I'll pull my Revoker out. But snipers aren't my main thing.
Okay.
Get me up in their face, I'll take care of them.
Nice. All right. So auto rifles, the 600 rate of fire are getting a slight reduction in damage, but it's still going to be pretty damn effective though. So I'm kind of digging that, because auto rifles got to stay competitive with hand cannons. So here we are, and then we're going to roll right into scouts, which I don't know. Nobody uses scouts, so we should just move on.
No. Let me paraphrase. Let me paraphrase what Bungie stated in this week's talk about scout rifles. I'm too scared to buff them because we don't know if we can control them. They may become one little adjustment may make it just so overpowered. Okay, Bungie. Yes, year one, team shooting, Mida multi-tools, yes, they were way overpowered, but you can still buff that crit a little bit more. Make just the crit damage a little bit higher. That way, for someone who knows how to use the gun, or even a Jade Rabbit or whatever, even though I just said Jade Rabbits are great, on a small map, good luck using it. Because you're going to have shotgunners running and people just running up on you that know you're using it. But I'm telling you, they got to do something. Either make bigger maps, and yes, they've increased the aim assist. That's what they've effectively done to scout rifles. Like, okay, we'll give you a little bit more aim assist. All right, now run along.
Yank.
Yeah, go play with your scout rifle.
What does that have to do with anything? So, you know what I think they're doing though? I think that this is what's going to happen. So I think this little aim assist buff here is basically like part one for scout rifles, and then part two is going to be they're going to increase the damage, so the damage plus the aim assist, so that damage buff, I'm thinking they're going to do that maybe, or they're going to do something with the range where they're going to shorten the range maybe.
Season 2, the second season maybe?
In the second season, exactly. And then scout rifles are going to be like king, and then everybody's going to go like, meh, and then Bungie's going to go, oops, did we do that? And then they're going to adjust it for season 3.
Oh, did we take skill-based matchmaking off? Oops. Brother.
So, all right. So there's that. And then rocket launchers. yank again. Basically, all they're doing is they're just increasing your reserves.
What the? I don't understand this. I do not understand this. Yes, you can hold two in Crucible. You can hold two rockets in Crucible now. Thanks, Bungie. Even though I can't kill anything with it.
Thanks to Truth Rockets. Yay.
I was just going to say, no pun intended. I'm not talking about Truthl1ves here, but the Truth Rocket is the only rocket that works in Crucible. It is the only because it has that one perk. That's it.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing is that they're not buffing like the amount like in the chamber. They're buffing the amount that's in your reserves. So every rocket
still got to reload it.
Yeah.
Boom, you're dead.
It's a one-shot thing. It makes rocket launchers useless.
I don't understand. I just like maybe they're planning on releasing a little buff, but for raiding and stuff, just don't use one. Just
Neither
forget
do I.
it. Just use your
Whisper
sword.
the worm.
Use something. Yeah, Whisper is only going to work for a little while though, man. We're going to have to find another high
Swords
damage.
are only going to work for a little while too.
Yeah, well, I'll let you get to that.
So what do you guys think about that so far? So auto rifles getting a slight reduction in damage, rocket launchers getting an extra shell or two for that you have to reload.
That's like we know, leave us alone, bye.
Yeah, fuck rockets. Let's be real here. The auto rifles, that doesn't bother me too much. Honestly, it's only one damage point. Like, it really is. It's only like, they went from 15.75 to 14.25. That's not too terrible.
What they basically did there is they admitted they buffed it too much. They took a little bit off. They're fine-tuning it. I'm good with that. But I was kind of hoping they would bring the 450s up just a little bit, too. To meet it.
I do like the 450s are better in my opinion. Yeah,
they're more accurate. They're precision auto rifles. I get it, but just a little bit. I mean, even 2-3 points. That's all we need on those. They're very close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too with those 600s is that they put a note in here where prior to Season of the Worthy, damage per bullet was 13 3/4.
Yeah, I know.
The lowest here is 14 1/4. So it's still getting a half a point bonus.
I get that. I just wish they would have adjusted the 450s up a little bit because they're still underpowered. But I know we still have a little bit more to talk about as far as the sandbox. But I don't know about you guys. I'm curious. I'm going to ask you this. Doesn't this feel a little light?
Yeah,
it did for a sandbox change.
I was looking for sweeping changes. This is a big Forsaken size game coming our way.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing? Are they just not going to tell us enough? Are they really surprising us later with more stuff? They don't tend to, by the way.
I hope that they are, because if not, it kind of seems like they phoned it in.
Well, I'm a little worried, man. Let's buff hand cannons and don't touch anything else, basically.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Hey. Gave rockets an extra shell or two.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm being too critical.
We can't forget the rockets.
I'm being too critical. My bad. Sorry, Hazel.
Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. So moving on pretty quick here. So Outlaw, basically they said that it felt insufficient with certain subfamilies and combinations of roles, i.e. aggressive hand cannon. So they increased the reload stat bonus from +50 to +70. Meh. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Again. Yeah.
Hand cannons.
All right. Sure. Yeah. All right. Merciless got the inventory increased from 36 to 55, which I don't fucking understand in the least, but sure. All right. Then Mountaintop is getting a bunch of nerfs. They're trying to hammer that shit down the ground, so that way nobody uses it for PvE and PvP. Sorry, guys. And then Fallen Guillotine is getting a nerf too. Let's have a moment of silence. All right.
We knew it was coming. We knew this was coming.
I knew it.
Yeah, this thing is
but
OP,
hey,
and I fucking love it.
Keep in mind, if you have the perk on your Fallen Guillotine called Whirlwind Blade, and I'm looking for it here. Whirlwind Blade combined with relentless strikes, you can still use those small attacks and still get ammo and just own the. They're not touching that part, guys. So keep that in mind. Yeah, your R2 attack. Once you do your R2 attack, then start swiping. You'll still be able to knock stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what they're doing there, just so everybody's aware, is they're reducing the damage by roughly 24% to bring it in line with other swords, but it is still going to do more damage than other swords.
There's a problem. The Fallen Guillotine is unlike any other sword.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing an R2...
But they're only doing it just because of the D1 swords.
I will mention this. I get any other sword than Fallen Guillotine. Maybe the arc throwing sword. I do hang on to that still. Any other sword I've scrapped. It's not even worth keeping.
Agreed.
So, okay. I get it. Okay, Bungie.
Yep. Exactly. You let us have our fun. Okay. So, next is going to be the Mida Multi-Tool and Mida Mini-Tool. They're basically doing a little bit of a whole, overhaul here. So, on this. So, they moved Mida Synergy trait to the intrinsic, similar to how the Baroque version works for, Sturm and Drang. And then they added the following perks: Hipfire Grip and Kill Clip on a scout. It's halfway decent.
I'm good with that. I mean, I love the Mida. It's my favorite scout rifle.
No, it's not going in the scout.
Oh,
on the mini tool.
The mini tool.
Yeah, that's on the mini tool.
Yeah.
Hipfire Grip, yes, is good because it does have a lot of kick, especially on controller. So that will help. You can hip fire it, not have to aim down the sight. I don't know, May. It's okay.
It's still ultimately an SMG.
Wait a minute. Hold on a sec. Isn't the Mida Mini Tool? Isn't that a legendary?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it getting sunset?
There's a note on it.
Probably not. I mean,
there's a note. I have the TWAB pulled up if you want me to read it real quick.
Yeah, go for it, man. I have it up too, but go for it.
Oh, I don't know if you had it open or not. I thought you were just reading it off a doc you wrote.
No, go for it, man.
But the note states the gunsmith will be selling a version of this weapon on November 10th with no infusion cap.
Okay, that answered my question.
There we go. All right. So Sturm and Drang. Drang, they moved the Together Forever trait to the intrinsic, similar to how the Baroque version works. And they added the following perks to the Drang: Accurized rounds and moving target.
God, like it doesn't need any help already. The Drang's powerful, man. That is a very strong sidearm.
Yep.
Moving
and
target,
again, same
accurized
thing.
rounds. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Because hand cannons.
Good point.
Yeah. And then the same thing here. So the gunsmith will be selling a version of the weapon as well on November 10th with no infusion cap.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Ruinous Effigy
is ruined. It's ruined.
Goodbye. They ruined the Ruinous Effigy.
Goodbye, Ruinous Effigy. It was nice playing. I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
Yeah, it's sad times for everyone. It's fun to watch. I was doing when I was trying to get the sidearm that they did that you do for the escape requests.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I saw 4 people running around with Ruinous Effigy bubbles.
Oh, it just owns stuff.
And I was just laughing. I was like, "This is amazing." Nobody was firing a bullet. They were just running around with these balls and everything else. It was great.
I was playing Forges today with it, and I was just mowing stuff down. It was really, God, it just feels good to have a weapon like that. It's so fun, just for the fun factor, I was running in Forges and just little glowing guys coming at me. I held it out. I was just literally like a lawnmower, just mowing through the mob. It was so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
There.
Toodaloo.
You said the magic word, though. You said the magic word.
I'm sorry.
That's why it got ruined.
That's why. Yep.
It was fun.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
It was beautiful and whisper.
God.
Doing a lot of whisper carries lately. Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun. I love doing those.
Ruinous Effigy was really good in Whisper. Really good. Not anymore now.
Oh.
But it's going away anyway, so.
Traveler's Chosen was the name of that sidearm, by the way.
Ah, yes. There we go.
was trying
You
to
can
find
tell
it.
how much I've used it.
It's fun. It's okay.
I pulled it
fun.
out once.
And no, the perk is really nice on it. Does make it worth using.
Yeah. I heard that there's like other like exotics that, like armor that does the same thing though.
You mean Aeons?
No. No, it's something else. I forget what it was.
I have a story about that. I did a Aeon entire run of Menagerie using nothing but Aeon safes.
Ooh, how'd that go? I'm
It was
intrigued.
beautiful.
I mean it seriously.
It was beautiful. I have never thrown so many grenades as a warlock in my entire life.
Obviously, probably never played D1.
Yeah, right. No, I played D1. I just we were just making jokes about it. It was great. Worth it though.
Yeah, my favorite thing was Sunsinger Warlock. I just pop it in D1 and just throw like massive grenades everywhere.
So much fun.
Yeah, scorched earth.
Yes.
So, Arbalist no longer strikes shields multiple times, but efficacy against shielded targets has been increased.
What does that mean? More aim assist, or more hit damage, one per shot? I'm trying to figure out what they mean by that.
Probably more hit damage per shot is my thought. That was what I thought when I read it. Hey, it can't all be hand cannon buffs.
All right.
So, Jade Rabbit. Armor-piercing rounds have been swapped to high-cal rounds, and this fixes the issue that could prevent the exotic perk from triggering.
Thank you.
So they try to do a solid.
This has happened to me.
That.
Yeah, it doesn't proc hardly at all when I use mine. It happens a lot more than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So, okay, that's everything there. So, any key thoughts before we move on to our last topic of discussion here?
Truth?
Not that I can think of. Besides, fuck rockets.
Per Bungie, XOXO.
Bungie pulse rifles? Question mark? What the hell? They're not going to do anything to pulse rifles? The 390s? The 390s.
They're balanced.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They're balanced like scouts are balanced.
Can we have more pulse rifles, please?
Oh my god.
See, you know what, guys? I just said during the trailer part that I was actually like thinking about buying this, and now I'm back into my old curmudgeon set where I'm like, maybe I will give it that day or two, or maybe that week before I buy this, just so I can see how everything plays out.
I pre-ordered.
I keep going back and forth.
I did. Of course, I pre-ordered. Come on.
Duh.
I got the deluxe edition. Had to get that. No time to explain.
Well,
man.
You know what? Good thing you mentioned this, because I was talking to Chris 3711, and Kingsley Mac was clearing this up today. Bungie hasn't really told us how this works if you're on multiple platforms. Yeah. And according to Kingsley Mac, you can add him if it's not correct. If you buy the deluxe edition, so like for instance, I bought the deluxe edition for my character on Steam. And because you buy the deluxe edition, it includes all the seasons. What he is saying is that on my PS4 tied account, cross-save account, and my Xbox cross-saved account, I will get those seasons free. I don't have to pay for the seasons on those platforms. That is according to Kingsley Mac. I found that hard to believe because last time we had to pay for the seasons on those. I think it was like...
No.
Oh.
No, you bought it on the main profile that you had. So like the whatever one that you set up as your main, that's the one you buy it on. So that way it rolls to the other platforms.
Well, and Kingsley even said that doesn't even matter anymore as long as you have it on one of your cross-save accounts. Or, I say accounts. Cross-save character. Whatever. Profile. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So as long as you buy it on one of those profiles, it will transfer via the cross save to the other platforms. I don't know if it works on Stadia, but it supposedly that's the case. If that's the case, then I'm done. I don't have to spend any more money.
Nice.
So,
because I mean, I did see that Chris 3711 and Kingsley were talking about it as well with Game Pass. If it was gonna be available on PC through Game Pass, and it's actually not going to be available until next year for that.
Yeah, and from what I heard, it's still the 30 frame version. So keep that in mind.
Well, that's speculation. Nobody knows shit about shit right now, but they're not going to do that. Come on.
You're right. Yeah, we'll just wait and see on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's...
So,
I just... Right. Nothing about pulse rifles. What the hell? That's all I had to say.
Yeah. Nothing on fusions either.
Yeah, fusion rifles. What the hell, Bungie? You just leave it as
balanced.
Oh, of course. You know what? I'm bringing my Telesto in day one. I'm going to Telesto everything.
Give me my what are they called?
Shit.
I'm going to Telesto bolts. I'm going to make everything purple in the Crucible. Screw it.
Give me a legendary trace
look like
rifle,
fucking
damn
Callus's throne.
It is, man. Don't touch it.
All right. So, okay, we have two last parts here. Real quick here. Adept. So, this is talking about trials weapons. And with this, they are basically making trials weapons pretty much fucking OP as shit. So I was reading this, and this actually made me want to actually dive into trials so I could get some of these weapons, or at least pay somebody to, carry me or some shit like that. So, so with this, so you get the adept weapon, and masterworking an adept weapon grants additional stats. Plus 10 for the primary stat as usual, the specific masterwork of the weapon, and then plus 3 for all alternate stats. Fuck.
I mean, the only thing that's different there, you're still getting 10 on your normal stat anyway, but they're just adding 3 to... What other stats are they talking about? The ones on the gun?
Like reload, I'm assuming it's reload, impact, range, stability, handling, and all those whatever's not...
Yeah.
Okay.
What is not on your masterwork.
I like that. That's good.
Right. That's nuts.
Now, that's only on that's only on the adept, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Correct. Now, here's the thing, though, is that this really interested me because damn good and well that some of these adept weapons are going to be great in PvE.
Oh, yeah.
So, then adept weapons can either use a standard weapon mod or a new adept weapon mod earned when you go flawless. So, that's pretty cool. And then one quick note here. A unique adept shader has been made for these weapons, and these shaders are not awarded as a consumable when dismantling an adept weapon. As such, they cannot be applied to other pieces of gear.
Just the adept weapon.
Just the adept, yep. Then they talk about weapon mods for adept weapons, and these mods come in 2 varieties. A weapon stat boost, which grants plus 10 to a particular stat in a similar way to the masterwork stats, i.e. adept range plus 10 to range. Versions of some existing mods granting an improved bonus, but with a downside. So basically, plus 40 to the magazine, minus 20 for handling, random shit like that. So, what do you guys think about that so far?
Doesn't matter. I don't play trials, so I doubt.
Is this going to get your ass in trials, though?
Maybe. But you still got to go flawless to get these weapons, man.
Yeah,
but
that is true.
You know how hard it is to go flawless today?
Oh, it's insane.
This isn't Destiny 1 anymore, man.
Today, yes.
Okay.
But, come, when this comes out, there's one thing that you're forgetting, though, right now.
What's that?
And that's the fact that Bungie basically shut down Perfect Aim for their game.
Oh, the cheaters were that was just an icing on the cake for me. It's just Trials, the game type itself. It's not
built for the maps.
It's not built for my play style. I'm not that kind of player, so I have to artificially play uncomfortably when and I know, I'm whining like a little baby. I know, guy. I know you Trials players out there. Wah, I get it. I played Trials for probably 4+ years now, maybe 5 years. And I just don't like the game. I just never have fun. It's so stressful to play. And if you think I'm salty in regular Crucible, put me in a Trials match. Ask Chris 3711. He about had a panic attack with me. He said, dude, I'm going to have a panic attack. You got to chill, man. I'm like, okay, I know. It's just a game. But he's teabagging me, Chris. He's teabagging me. He's rubbing his... I don't know. It's just a very salty game. It's very high competitive. And, you know, I love to play Crucible, but Trials just never has fit the way I play. And I'm more of a strategic, more of a thinking player. I'm not an aper. I'm not a guy who's going to go run in your face. If I do, everything just goes to shit. It's just not my play style. And I know I can get weapons out there and practice and improve on that. And I try to, but you know, I guess account recoveries are going to be up. That's all I can say. A lot of people are going to want these weapons and not be able to get them. And there goes the account recover business. Don't get me started with that, by the way. That's my opinion. What do you think, Truth?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like adapt weapons. Let's be real. I think it's a cool, unique concept that Destiny's had since Destiny 1 that I'm kind of glad they're bringing to Destiny 2 finally. The problem is it requires you to go flawless. Like, I haven't even been flawless yet, and I didn't want to attempt it. I'll get 3 wins and I'll call it good for my day. But, I mean, I know there's rumor. They did state in a TWAB that they were thinking about Nightfall.
Yes.
Or adept weapons at one point.
That was my next question. That was my next. Well, if you get 100,000 on a Nightfall, how about an adept weapon possibly dropping? Maybe even just a chance for that mod to drop in a gun.
Yeah.
I would bust my balls to get that.
Absolutely. Why does it have to be tied to Trials? It's such a narrow avenue, but they're just what they're doing. Bungie's trying to keep all the Trials players happy, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. Yep. Down the road, Bungie, please offer some adept options other than Trials.
Yes, and they are. Agreed. And they're going to do that next season, I think, is what they said.
Yeah, don't do it in Grandmaster, though, please.
Well, they probably will. They'll probably have a bigger chance at doing it.
How about just a Master Nightfall? That'd be good enough. It's already tough to do those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but here's the thing, though, that I'm really excited for about this is because by them adding adept weapons and then the mods changing on a bi-weekly basis and things like that, that basically what they're going to do is that's stopping people from just getting like 3 wins and resetting. Oh,
true.
So that way that's going to be, they're trying to get those people to move on from getting like 3 wins and 5 wins. That way they get their flawless and then they go ahead and, you do that. They don't just reset the card like they did, when it first came out.
Someone just told me the other day, I can't remember who I was talking to in Crucible. It was one of our clan nights we were playing Crucible, and he goes, yeah, once you get past the 3rd win, it gets really easy to play. I'm like, why is that a thing? Why is it easier the more wins you get past 3? This shouldn't be that way. It should intensify and get harder.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. You wait till you get to that 5th and 6th game. That's when the cheaters will come in. Oh, shit. It'll be the DDoSers this time. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just a bitter old guy here. Just ignore me. Move on.
All right. So, I don't know. It looks hopeful. So, one thing that I wanted to add here, and Gator, I love you. So, they end on a note about bounties. So, they are gathering information to basically say, hey, about what's going to be like, going on with bounties and currencies and progression and things like that. That should be coming up like either next week or the week after. And then they stated their usual rhetoric about, hey, don't keep, the bounties and things like that in your inventory because, they may not work and this and that and the other thing. But they did call out specifically that examples of bounties that are not going to be basically carried over and that are going to be flat out removed, Black Armory, Gambit Prime, Festival of the Lost. As well, any bounties that grant progress toward Infamy, Valor, may negatively impact your powerful rewards as well.
It's real simple. I've already figured this out, and thanks to some of the YouTubers out there that have kind of helped talk about this as well. This is all you got to do for Vanguard, for Shaxx. I can't think of anybody else, but for those two main ones that you're going to try to slam bounties in to get to move up in gear power, if you're going to do it, if you've got Vanguard bounties and Crucible bounties saved up, here's what you do. Don't turn those in. Wait until you get the weekly reset or the weekly challenges on both those areas, get your powerful reward, and then slam those bounties to get tokens and to move up your level. Because what's going to happen is if you start slamming those Vanguard bounties to get your weekly, get your 7 bounties completed, it's not going to drop at high level. If they've mentioned if there's one bounty in there that's from last season, it's going to nullify any power level increase. It'll just give you the highest level of last season, which is 1060. So keep that in mind. If you're going to stock those bounties up, and I've got a couple weekly stocked up now. I'm going to keep adding to them. Just don't turn those in until you get your weekly powerful rewards, and just use that to get your token count up, to turn in tokens, and to raise up your level. Just don't do it right away if you're going to save those up.
Nice.
Or do spider bounties. Spider bounties, I don't think they didn't say anything about those.
I was just going to mention that. The wanted bounties that give you tons of glimmer, like 7,500, 10,000, 15,000 glimmer. Say I'm stocking those up like candy right now because I'm going to need glimmer when I'm ranking up all this stuff. So if you want to glimmer and of course get your your cores that you need to upgrade gear to. Why am my mind's blanking tonight?
Enhancement cores.
Thank you. Enhancement cores. Enhancement cores. Mm-hmm. You'll get an enhancement core with those bounties too. Cores. Yeah, and I was listening
all of the above.
I was listening to Two Titans and a Hunter, and they were talking about someone put out a video as far as what ships to hang on to that'll give you the best glimmer feed. And I'm just saying this to Night Demon right now. I looked everywhere on your show notes. I couldn't find that video, Night Demon. So maybe you can DM it to me. But there was a video that someone put out that said the best ships to get and stuff to glimmer farm and keep your glimmer saved up. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it, but it's out there. But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion on it. Obviously, those game modes are going away. Turn all that stuff in as far as your Gambit Prime and your armory bounties. Obviously, turn those in. And remember, all your armory quests are going to disappear too. So that'll give you more room for bounties as well. So get those completed if you haven't yet. So far, that's all I know.
I'd be careful on the spider bounties though, because they did state some content's going away. Anything that's going away, some of those wanted enemies, because they're on planets that are disappearing.
Yes,
those will be going away. So you want to make sure you get the right planets for your bounties.
I think once they're completed, I think they'll still be in your inventory though. I don't know. That's a gamble. Say that? It's a gamble. It's a gamble. But I have a few. Make sure you get the wanted bounties. Definitely the wanted bounties from EDZ and Nessus. If they're from IO or Titan or the Mars, you might want to get rid of those now. But I'm keeping them. I'm going to hang on to them. If they disappear, then it's on me. But just letting you know that it's possible. Truth, you're right. It's possible those could just poof disappear when the new season comes up.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I just thought of it while I was sitting here.
If they're completed, I think they'll stay there.
What it states here is that most of your bounties will stay intact, but any bounties tied to specific seasonal activities or content entering the DCV will be removed on November 10th.
Well, we'll see.
So
I've got plenty of room, so we'll see.
You know what, though? I mean, I think that's kind of the reason why I've been so distant from Destiny this season, because if you think about it, it was broken in the beginning. So you were turning in your Umbral engrams and everything that you turned in was getting powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it to like 1050 in probably like 4 weeks maybe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then pretty much I'm like, hey, I really don't give a shit about getting into 1060s. So I'm going to go ahead and just take off. And I didn't have a reason to play. So for me, I'm not going to stock any bounties. I'm not going to do anything preppy for this. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to come in basically like a day one guardian and play it and see what the hell happens.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm there with you. I'm kind of the same way.
Right.
So, I mean, I used to be that guy where I would have like tons of bounties saved up, and then I'd try to like get there and try to get max power like right away and everything else. And it just was like, you know what? I mean, I think I did myself a disservice because I didn't give a shit about the activities that I was doing or the story or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. So that's pretty much everything that I have here in the TWAB, Mr. Gator.
Well, okay,
and
good.
Mr. Truth.
I had some questions I wanted to ask you guys about, and these have been topics of various podcasts I've been listening to this week so far, up to today, and I had a few things. First, I wanted to give a shout out. I know it's not normally when I do the shout outs, but I wanted to shout out to the Guardian Hub guys over there. They helped me finish 2 raids this week to get my Moments of Triumph title. We did a Prestige Spire of Stars, which I've never completed with my old raid group. It was such a difficult raid to finish back then, and I'm sure they did on their own time, but I was becoming more and more unavailable. But the fact that we got that done, I've never gotten that done before. And also, I know Sin was about ready to pass out, but somehow we pulled him along, and they all rallied to help me get my Scourge of the Past done. And that was the 2 raids I needed to finish to get my raid emblem, which I love that raid emblem. And I got my Triumph, nice. My Moments of Triumph title. And I'm only have to do the eyes in the Prophecy Dungeon, which All Thumbs is going to go in there with me too, because he needs them. But if someone needs to get those eyes in the Prophecy Dungeon, throw it in the Discord and let me know, or DM me, and we'll get that done before. We only got 2 weeks left. So, but I wanted to call out Helios, Rusher, Go Hawks, of course, Sin, and Kingsley Mac. Thank you guys for helping me out that night. I really had a great time. You guys are really good raiders, and that is a tough raid. So the fact that we got it done, and Helios was leading the way and directing traffic and did a great job. So thank you for that. Now here's the thing I wanted to talk about before we go here. I know we're running a little long, but we talked about the perfect aim cheaters and stuff getting cease and desist letters, and they're not going to be able to use it anymore. This question popped up in my head, and I'm curious what you guys think. The fact that they're now going to be running on the physics engine and not the quest completion part of the engine, the Tiger engine that they're using now, do you think that'll make anti-cheat better detect people trying to enter code into the actual physics of the game? What do you guys think? I think the reason they did that is in part, I think it's in part at least,
I would imagine,
to create an anti-cheat that will actually detect when something is not happening that should be in the physical part or physical space of the game. What do you guys think?
I mean, it could be. I mean, it's hard to say, really. I don't know much about engine building on games and stuff, but I mean, it makes sense in the sense because it's based in the physics, so it's physics of the game detecting things that, like you're saying, should be happening. So if a full auto revoker's going off,
right,
it should detect that. But I'm not really exactly sure if that's necessarily going to help them build an anti-cheat or be an anti-cheat.
Yeah, I was just curious what you guys thought, because little things started clicking, and I was like, man, this would be a perfect way to detect if something was not happening correctly in the physical space of a Crucible game. So,
yeah, exactly.
So, my other question I had, are you guys going to do the raid race? Truth, are you going to do a raid race? Are you going for it?
I mean, I would love to. It'd be cool to do. I mean, I don't think we're going to do it day one. We're probably going to do it that same week, more than likely. But we're going to go in blind. I don't plan on taking any guides. We're going to go in blind. We're going to figure it out.
Okay. That's commendable.
Why not?
Well, I mean, enjoy the content you paid for. That's my point. I don't understand why players want to fly through all the content and level up like crazy for one raid event. It's like it's like if I went to a movie theater and said, "Okay, play it at 2x speed," and then walk out and say, there really wasn't much to the movie, and I couldn't even finish my popcorn. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of the feel? if I'm paying for this new game, and let's face it, this new expansion is going to last the whole year. Granted, they're going to make little changes in the seasons throughout the year, but wouldn't you want to just slowly enjoy the content and just take your time through it? A part of me wants to try to do the raid event, but another part of me is like, you know what? That raid is not going anywhere. I'll watch, I'll watch the crazy streamers and people out there that are going to try to go for it. And it's a competition. I get it. And it's like a sporting event. Everyone is doing their own ways of working the system and getting their characters up to the light level they need to be at. But, what do you think, Hazel? You going to try to go for any of this stuff?
I want to, but I have to work that Saturday. So that's just, I could probably get it off, but I'm not going to burn a vacation day, at least this late in the year, just for this. So, yeah. And the other side of it is that too, that if I'm busting my ass trying to get to, the power cap so that way I can do this, it's one of those things where to me, it's like, there's no guarantee that even if you get to it, that you're still going to be able to complete it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what I'd like to see, honestly, I don't know what people would think about this, but apparently in the World of Warcraft days and their raids, is that basically like how they would do things would be that you would, like for some of the raids anyway, is that you would go in, you'd fight like the first 2 encounters, and then they'd give you like a little shard of something. Mm-hmm. And then you had to wait till next week to get another shard. And then once you got like 3 shards, you powered up enough to where you could get to the next encounter or something like that.
Right.
And then it just kind of like kept feeding where it was like, something not like it is now.
Yeah.
It gave people a reason to come back and play.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see that. I think that would ruin the experience for, like a raid race.
I have seen friendships crumble over fights and trying to figure out raids. It takes a special mindset when you go into a raid to figure it out. And I don't know. Even if we could get a team together to go for it. I like leveling up. Who doesn't? But I think this DLC that's coming out, I think I'm going to just sit on the stands and watch everyone try to get it done. And I know, Truth, you want to do it blind, so you're probably not going to watch it, but
nope.
I'm just going to really, now that especially with Green Eyed Music Lover and Blue over there at the Focus Fire chat, they have really got me interested in more of the lore and the story of the game. And I'm just kind of taking it all in now. I really want to take it all in. I want to read the lore pieces as we get them completed and see where things are going here,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to laugh when you said that because I've been doing the same thing. It's like, holy shit, I've been playing this game since 2014. Who knew it had a story? I
didn't know. I was burning through this stuff. I didn't even read any lore. I didn't know anything about these backstories of these characters. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Well, shit. Whenever I play the game, I mainly, if I'm not playing like with somebody, that's the only time when I hear dialogue and music and stuff like that. But if I'm playing with somebody, I don't hear any sounds besides them.
Yeah.
Right. See, I did a group thing. I was doing the latest interference mission when it first dropped that week. I did it, but I was in a party with everybody. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to mute everybody. I muted out everybody in the party just so I could focus on what was going on in the story.
Yeah. So that's why I run it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm soaking it in. That I actually posted a video of the last interference mission to the cutscene and everything. And I panned my camera around. It was total, as 30 and Still Gaming would call it, video game porn. And I was just looking at it all. That nasty tower you walk into, all the light, the lighting effects, everything was perfect. I felt like I was really there,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was one of my questions I had. And the last question I had here, why is it that we haven't seen a Vidoc yet? They did this with Forsaken. They've done this with all of their DLC. Even the seasonal DLC, they've dropped a Vidoc or something to get us all hyped up. Is it okay that we just don't know what's coming? Is Bungie trying something different here? Or do we think a Vidoc's coming?
I feel like a Vidoc's coming.
Think so?
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, again, like you're saying, they've done it previously for how many years now?
Yeah.
A lot. It wouldn't make any sense for them to change up their system now. I mean, they're already kind of leaving us in the dark. I mean, this TWAB was pretty light on a sandbox. Let's be real.
Yeah, I was flabbergasted. I thought we'd be here a lot longer talking about gun mechanics and perks, and it was just like a dusting. I was like, what is this? Next week they're going to be talking about progression and leveling, and I cannot wait to hear about that. You know what my prediction is? I think Reset, we're going to get a Vidoc.
One can hope.
I think Reset, we're getting a Vidoc. I think we are.
I mean, I hope, but for anybody that's paying attention, they've been releasing things, I want to say, on like Mondays. So, I mean, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out Monday to see, because it was funny. I think that they dropped the trailer on, was it Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Monday. Because I was just like, I was getting ready for work, and I'm like, you know what? I was like, Bungie hasn't released anything. I was like, they probably should. And then they released that video that day.
Right.
So I think that they're trying to kind of build some hype and things like along those lines.
Monday makes sense, because everyone will go into Tuesday being all hyped up to finish that last week, you know? Was it last week? No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It'll be the last, next week will be the last week of the Halloween event. Yeah.
Yep. But I still need to fucking finish.
All right. I told Sergeant McCluskey I would say this. I forgot to say it on the last show before we move on. And I told him I'd quote him, and he says, fine, quote away. Sergeant McCluskey of the Generation X podcast says that when we go into Europa, that he believes as we play into Europa, it's going to open up like the Dreaming City did. What do you guys think? You think it's going to open up like the Dreaming City was unlocked after we did the Forsaken on the Tangled Shore?
I'd be okay with it. Honestly, it wouldn't bother me that much.
Hazel hates this speculation. What do you think?
I mean,
Hazel? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead, Truth. Go ahead.
I mean, it would be cool, because I remember when Forsaken dropped and the Dreaming City became open. After you finish the story, there's like this brand new area. You're like, what the fuck?
You could even see it. You can even see the towers from afar. Mm-hmm. It was like, what is that over there?
And then they drop it as a place you could visit, and you're like, whoa.
It was beautiful. It was
awesome.
Hands down, Forsaken has been the best content that Destiny has released to date.
Yes.
What?
All right.
But let me say this though. Shadowkeep was a test. 90% of the content that they did in Shadowkeep has been a test for what's coming.
Shadowkeep to me was like what was the one with wolves where they brought trials in? The
House of Wolves.
I think that reminded me of House of Wolves.
The little DLC.
I think it was like a spacer between the two big drops.
It was. It is a spacer. But when I look at it, if you look at all the seasonal content, everything that they've done in the seasonal content has been a test of brand new systems. You've got Warmind cells. You've got, what is that other one? Charged with Light. Those are two different systems that they've never had before in either Destiny 1 or 2.
That's a good point, Truth. It's a good point.
So, I mean, I look at Shadowkeep as a testing area. They're like, let's see what we can do with this real quick. Let's let the players play with this as an actual seasonal content thing, and let them see what they can do with it. Mm-hmm. And look at where we're at.
All right. We haven't heard Hazel's opinion on this yet.
So the short answer to the Vidoc question is I hope we get one. I don't know if we are. And I'm going to blame COVID, sadly.
Yeah, that'd be a good way good place to place it, yeah.
Yeah. But in regard to it opening up, I hope not. I don't.
What?
I hope it doesn't.
Why?
I really, truly don't, man.
You just want to run circles on Europa forever?
But here's what I'm saying though, is I don't want to see this be Forsaken 2.0.
Oh, okay, I get that part.
I want to see brand new shit. don't want to fucking do Barons who are going to be, adventures again because, hey, Forsaken was a hit, so let's just copy and paste. I want to see fucking originality.
Forsaken brought so many things. It opened up the game. It brought the Triumph system in place.
It
There's so many things they brought in that made the game so much better.
Yeah, because the game was fucking doo-doo before that.
Well, yeah.
But,
yeah.
but you just have to, I just want to see originality. That's what I want. I don't want to see, because that's the one thing that Bungie has been doing not really every iteration, but they keep trying to do new things. And I hope that they just continue trying new things and that they don't rehash old things.
Right. Okay. Like I said, I just wanted your opinion on it, and I'm not we're not prophesizing here. These questions came to my head this week, and of course, thanks to Sergeant McCluskey, he's the one who mentioned this. He's standing behind it. So, man, if he's right,
it makes sense to a degree, though.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. 2 weeks to go, right?
2 weeks.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for the conversations. Thanks, Hazel, for the TWAB, as usual. I guess synopsis here. What the hell, Bungie? Thought this was a sandbox update. I guess that's
Wait, this is a sandbox?
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, hey, let's have some fun now. We're gonna get some questions from our community right after this. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we get our Twitter and Discord questions and now SpeakPipe questions from our community. And man, Hazel, every week, without fail, we just get the most awesome questions, man. I just want to let everybody know that we have 3 ways you can reach us if you want to submit questions for our show in the future. We have our SpeakPipe, which is where you can leave a 90-second voicemail, really.
Hey, question for the show. How the are you?
It's that simple. You press record from your phone. It's www.speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast, all one word, and it'll take you right to the site. You hit the record button. You have 90 seconds to talk. Hit stop when you're done. It automatically gets sent to us, and you go from there. And then, of course, we do have our Discord, which is under our hashtag podcast questions channel. And then, of course, you can reach us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast. And you can send us DMs there or just reply to our weekly tweets where we're talking about who's on our show this week. So speaking of SpeakPipe, let's start with that one, Hazel. This is from Sweaty Spooks, and we're going to hear it right now.
Call the Praxer, call the Fanatronauts, the Truthl1ves, call everyone so we can witness third-party cheat marketing websites get taken down by Bungie.
Alright, now that I've gotten Lord Schwarzenegger out of the way, what I would like to know is, we all know that this is going to be good news for the PC community. I would like to know, how does this affect, or does it affect the console community? Do you think that Bungie may be addressing DDoS in the near future as well? And might they also go after paid carry services? It is just my opinion that, especially with paid carry services, that it's toxic for our ecosystem, not knocking anybody who may have used it, but as a whole, I see it as toxic for the community and our ecosystem, especially for the new Light players that'll be coming along with Beyond Light. I'd like to hear how you guys flesh this one out. Truthl1ves is a very good guest to have this week, so good job, guys. Love you guys. Stay safe and good health to everybody. Thanks.
Wow. Hazel, I like this guy.
Yeah. You absolutely stole my line.
I was
going to say.
I know.
I was absolutely going to go, no. I fucking love this guy.
The only way I was going to beat you to it is if I didn't tell you I was coming with it. I love this guy. Yes. That impression. Awesome, man. Good job.
Perfect.
I know.
Perfect.
I know.
Wow. Okay, so you guys heard his question. He was talking about how they're changing things on PC and what do you guys think on console? And he talked about paid carry services and how toxic it is to the community. What do you guys think? Truth, let me start with you, man.
So I'm not a big fan of paid carried services, to be honest with you. I feel like it's dumb. Honestly, it's a ripoff in a way, because when you could pay somebody to do it for you, it takes the experience away from you. You have the opportunity to do it yourself and make yourself better for it by doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Compared to paying for it. You know. And then for the hacking, DDoSing, I mean, I could see it making some decent changes. I mean, PC especially is going to make them a lot better for it for doing so.
Right.
I didn't see much on console, but again, I didn't play much Trials, or the PvP modes, to be honest with you, in that sense, and was really focused on it. I mostly just ran around and did shit. But the DDoSing, I would love for them to figure out a way to make it less likely you get DDoSed, because it's not fun to get DDoSed at all. It's horrible. It's horrible. Because you could be kicking ass.
Yeah.
And boom, you're gone.
What do you think, Hazel? What's your opinion of this?
Oh man, I just can't even imagine if they were to even start to go into like stopping DDoSing. That would just, wow. Because I mean, I've been DDoSed I think twice, and it makes me the saltiest motherfucker on earth. And I just, wow, I just can't even imagine. That would just be fantastic. I hope that they do turn their sights to that. I mean, it might be that maybe this is part one of that. I don't really know, but isn't it like against the law to even do DDoSing?
Yeah. You're grabbing IP
People still
addresses.
get away with it.
You grab an IP addresses. The problem is it's hard to trace.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many people do it. It's like, it's the internet, man. It's the Wild West. It's still the Wild West.
Yeah. And then regarding paid carries and that, I mean, I don't know. I think if people have more money than time, then, then that's up to you. That's your call. But I mean, me personally, I'll joke about that all day long, but I'm never going to pay somebody to do that for me.
Well, okay. I might be a little bit different in what you guys are thinking here. A little. I've been DDoSed. Oh man, I got hit so hard. It threw my whole internet off, threw my about fried my router. I was offline for like 30 minutes. It was a nasty hit. And I'll wish that on anybody. It's the worst thing to ever happen to you. Not only do you not get to play for 30 minutes, but everything is haywire in your house. And of course, everyone comes running, "Hey, my internet's down. What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh." So I don't think it's going to change much for console. I think DDoSers are still going to be out there because it is a peer-to-peer game. And, Steam stopped this by putting an extra layer of encryption or some kind of second layer in to hide the IPs
right
on Steam, and it stopped it. I haven't been DDoSed on Steam at all. And now, like I talked to you earlier about the, how they're going to the physics part of the engine now. And yes, it's not the Slipstream engine. I'm aware. But the fact that they've the fact that they've revamped this engine into kind of a new engine, and they're basing things on the physical elements of the game, not just completing things. In other words, you can't run around everything in a strike and get to the end and just kill the boss and be done. Everything's going to react to you now. I like that. One thing I can't stand about strikes is how everyone blasts ahead of you, runs to the end, draws you into the final boss, and you can't get any of your bounties done or anything because they're just speed running a damn thing. It's where I got the name speedrun, by the way. Now, as far as carries, I am in favor of carries if, and I say if, I think it's just fine to have a paid service if the player that's paying for it has to play in the game. They have to be in there in the trenches with the other two players, and they have to work together with the carrier. And I'll just tell you right now, I have used this service. In my early years of Destiny 2, when Trials of the Nine was out, I didn't have anybody to game with. I played solo just about all the time. And this was my only way I was going to be able to get in. Yes, I could go through the LFGs and get abused. And where's your ELO? What the hell? That kind of shit. I just didn't want to go through that. And I had the money, so I did it. And I'll tell you what, it was the most fun I ever had because I was playing with two people who knew how to play the game. And I got my share of kills in. There were rounds that I actually saved. I actually save the round for the other 2 that died. So if the player is infused into the game and has to play the game, in other words, it's a carry that you have to jump in and join their game, I'm all for. Now, if you're gonna jump into my account as account recovery, hell fucking no. I cannot stand. This is what has become toxic in this game, because I think I look up a player I'm playing in trials or comp or whatever, and I say, oh, this guy's new. And then he gets a 5 KD against me in the game. I'm like, no. This isn't account recov. It's obvious there's someone is coming into your account and taking over your account and doing all the heavy lifting for you. Hell no. I don't think this is very toxic to the community. This is what is killing PvP. Is these account recoveries. And the fact is, there's so many companies offering this now, you just don't know who you're even playing against anymore, and it's just sad. It really is. Now, someone doesn't play a lot of trials like me, that jumps in and plays with 2 pro killers out there, it was the most fun I ever had. I wanted to keep doing it, but I realized, it's expensive. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
I had the money. I had the money to do it, and I wanted to experience going to the tower. And one other time I went to the tower without a carry, but let's just say it's like I said, it's not my game type, but if that would be the only way that I would pursue doing it, is actually having to do the work and actually play with the players and actually try to carry around. Yeah, so that's my opinion on that. Good question, man. Hey, Sweaty Spooks, man, that's a great question, man. And everyone out there, this SpeakPipe is such a great concept. It is so easy to use. I was talking to Sweaty Spooks about this. He goes, dude, it was so easy. Sends me to a site. I press the record button on my phone, leave the message, press stop, boom, you're done. It's that easy, guys. So if you want to hear yourself in the show, you want to ask the question in person, use speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast. I know I got this from the Gamertag Radio guys over there who've been out doing this forever. And I said, why don't other podcasts use this service? It's so much fun to use. And people are a little shy, I guess, doing it, or would rather just type a question in. That's fine. Well, we love those too. But just wanted to mention it's very easy to use. So don't discount it. It's a very cool service. Speaking of that, Hazel, let's pick one out of the written questions here.
All right.
I'm off my soapbox.
Aw. I'm sure you'll get back on.
Wait, there's a soapbox?
It's only mine. Sorry. It has Gator's name on it. Sorry. Can't touch.
Damn it.
Sorry, man. one of the perks.
That's funny. All right. So I'm going to go with this one first. So, question for Truthl1ves. This is from Sin. Favorite Evil Apples card played so far?
Ooh.
Oh, you have to explain it. You have to explain.
There's so many cards.
Explain to everybody what we're talking about here first, because some people may not know what this is.
Yes, so Evil Apples basically is Cards Against Humanity, but a company made a mobile version of it without using actual cards, but they don't use the Cards Against Humanity cards. They have their own custom card packs.
Right.
But it's very interesting. It's actually, I would say, dirtier than regular Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Let me say that now. Let me see if I can find one of the one of the ones I like that are pretty funny. Because we've had some pretty crazy ones. Like, you gotta help me, Doc. Lately, all my sexual encounters end with blank. The answer to that was, you gotta help me, Doc. Lately, all my sexual encounters end with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, God.
Knocking at the door?
Maybe.
That reminds me of a story. No.
I know. I was just thinking that.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up again.
But it's stupid. It's really stupid. It's super fun, though. It's stupid. It's stupid fun.
Yeah.
If you haven't got into it.
Cool. Okay, I got one here from Chris, 3711.
Nice.
Congrats on moving in, buddy. I saw your photos,
Yeah.
man. Your house looks awesome, man.
Yeah, it does.
What is your favorite meal? Feel free to go into great detail of why. I can't wait to hear this one. Truth, what do you got, man?
Oh, man. I want to say when my wife makes this shrimp and rice. So it's just, not shrimp. Wow. It's salmon and rice. It's just regular salmon, white rice, broccoli. But she does a little bit of seasoning on the salmon, cooks it on the stovetop. We throw it all in a bowl, pour some soy sauce on it, and eat it. It's amazing.
Sounds good, especially with the soy.
It's super simple. But it's really good. It's really good.
Hazel, what's your favorite meal, man?
Shit, man. Oh.
So much food out there, man.
I know. It's like you're telling me, like, hey,
All right, you don't have to pick
my dog
your
or my kid.
Yeah, you don't have to pick your favorite. Just pick a good one. That'll make it easier.
Oh, man. I gotta go with a burger that I grill. I mean, there's nothing better than just a burger that's been grilled and just.
Do you put onions in it?
Got some cheese on it. In the burger?
Yes, in the ground beef.
Yeah, in the ground beef, yeah.
Oh, man, you're missing out, dude. You're missing out.
Yes, you are.
A little bit of garlic. A little bit of garlic.
But see, that's the other thing, though, is that, I mean, when I make spaghetti and meatballs, that's what I'll do, is I'll chop up onion, put it in there.
Right.
I cook those, and then I put the sauce in there. I do like a homemade sauce, and I put that in there. And so it basically like the scrapings and things like that on the end, like that I put from the meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
I put all that in the sauce too. So it's just, but yeah. That's another one of my favorites.
I'm hungry.
That sounds good. I could eat right now.
God, I could. Dinner was a long time ago. I had meatloaf tonight too. It was good. No, mine is ever since my wife and I have gone a little less more vegetarian. I'm not full vegetarian. I'll have a steak about once a week, and I'll still eat meat. But I try to ever since I've reduced my meat intake, my cholesterol has gone down, and a lot of my blood tests I do every year. So for me, man, there is nothing like my wife cooking up a nice soft tortilla in a pan, and then putting some black beans in it, and then a little shredded lettuce, a little bit of what's the oh God, I can't even think of it. My mouth's watering already. Of course, some nice cheddar cheese in there, big chunks of of grated cheddar cheese, a little bit of sour cream in there, a little bit of salsa, and I'm missing something, but that alone is really good. And just wrap it up. I get 3 of those at a meal. It's the best dinner ever, and you feel great after eating it too. It's not too heavy. So yeah, black bean tacos are mine, man. Let's see. Did you ask? I asked that one, right? It's your turn.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry right now. I'm so hungry. Thanks, Chris.
Damn it, Chris. Yeah. Let's make him a mod. That's not controversial now.
Yeah, right.
All right. So question from Warlock. Okay, this is well, actually, wait a minute. Where is it at here? Okay, I'm sorry. Question for Truth from the Butler 9857. Why is the last encounter of Garden of Salvation so difficult, and why is it such a struggle for you? What parts make it challenging? I ask this as we tried Garden of Salvation last weekend, and it went rough. Now, real quick, I'm interested in this because I'm running my first garden. I ran it Wednesday night, I think, with Kingsley, Lucifer.
Was Ninja in there?
Ninja was in there, Flip, and Fiery Pink Yoda.
Good times, man.
So, yeah, I mean, we got to the last encounter in like 2 hours, and I mean, it was pretty seamless and pretty flawless. So I'm really intrigued to hear how bad the last encounter is and how much of a shit show.
All right. Ready for this? You ready for this?
Oh, boy.
I'm going to put this in a very simple term for you. My clan's complete and total IQ points equal 3.
Oh, wow. Calling out your clan. So it's their fault? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's a
Okay.
joke. We have a running joke between ourselves. We literally straight up call each other. We're like, we've all got a combined IQ of 3.
Okay, I got you.
But for us, it's just a lot to manage. A lot of us don't raid normally. A lot of us, we mostly started raiding this year. Honestly, most of us did.
Wow, okay.
Just because we had nothing else to do. Most of this content was super simple, and we got finished with it real easy. So when the seasonal stuff started, you finish the seasonal stuff, you're like, oh, what do I do now? Let's do some raids. So we started raiding more. Garden's difficult because it is a lot of manage. And if you're taking somebody in there that's never done it before, it makes it a little bit more challenging just because, especially if you have only one person that knows what they're doing and the rest kind of know, but don't really know at the same time, it makes it very, very difficult because there's lack of communication and it's no direction. Especially if you have people that are defending and they don't really know what they're doing when they're defending. Things like that. It's been a challenge for us to get a team together that can finish it.
The thing with raiding is you just got to get your reps in, man. I tell people that when I'm doing it, I'm like, okay, I messed up. Let me get some reps in. We'll get it down. And usually within 3 or 4 reps, I'm good. That's all you got to do. Don't be discouraged, man. That's all you got to do.
Oh, no. Trust me, if we were discouraged, we would have given up a while ago. We sat in a third encounter on Garden of Salvation, nonetheless, for 3 hours on one day. We took a break. We sat there, did it for 2 hours, and then took a break, came back the next day, and spent 3 hours and didn't make any progress.
Yeah. Dude, that's... And you said you just started raiding, so, I mean, that's going to take time to... to figure out how Bungie does rage, but I can't talk. How Bungie does raids.
Another thing about Garden, it is very glitchy. It is very glitchy.
Especially
on console.
Those tethers, yeah, I know. It can be. It can be. PC, it's much better.
Yeah, that was funny too. Yeah, that was funny because Kingsley just flat out said it. He's like, you're gonna die, and it's like it's not really gonna be your fault sometimes.
Well, it wasn't even the deaths most of the time. It was like something really stupid. We picked up one of the voltaic overflows in third encounter, and the boss didn't do anything. Didn't open his eyes up, nothing. He just stood there. And then we went back to the center, and we're like, what was that for?
Yeah, that's a waste.
Yep.
Well, that's good, man. You'll get it. You'll definitely get it. It's so easy. You have to have a mindset, like I said. When you play a raid, you have to have a mindset. You're going to fail, and you have to be okay with that. So, yeah, good deal. Hey, I had one from Uncle Scumdeath here. Hey, buddy, hope you're doing well. Question for TFB. I see that the band Korn are collaborating on the game of World of Tanks. I've not checked this out yet, but what metal band would you have collaborate with a Destiny?
Oh, man, there's so many choices. I really like Five Finger Death Punch.
Ooh,
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I enjoy. What's that one? I can't think of their name right now off the top of my head. It's really irritating me right now. They made Welcome to the Family.
I was gonna say Nickelback.
Hail the King.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I can't remember who it is. It's gonna irritate me if I can't remember who it is.
Well, okay. Hey, while he thinks about it, Hazel, do you have one?
Oh, man. Me?
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
I've got, and this isn't quite metal. It's kind of light metal, but I would say Evanescence. Her sound, her operatic sound, that blends very well with Destiny. It's a space opera, so that'd be perfect.
I haven't heard her yet. Let's try it out.
You haven't heard Evanescence?
No, I have not.
Wow.
And I finally
Sighing
found it
is
out.
my deal. Sighing is
I'm
my deal.
sorry, I had to, man.
Oh, you're good, dude.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a song. I'm gonna send you a song tonight.
Go for it. I lived under a rock for
That's okay.
18, 19 years of my life. But the band I was thinking of is Avenged Sevenfold. That's the one I was thinking
yes.
of.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
choice.
They make really good music for video games. I mean, look at, what was it, Black Ops 2, I think it was, that they collaborated with? Really good music.
You know,
really good.
critical acclaim's in our playlist. Yeah, I love that
That's
group.
a good one.
I love that group. Hazel, last chance.
Oh, man.
If you don't have one, that's fine. No big deal.
I I don't know. I mean, I'm still old school, so I mean, part of me like would say like maybe like old Lincoln Park. You know, Chester Bennington when he was alive. Another part of me would say
AC/DC.
The Killers?
Oh no, dear God, no. Like
Elvis
Rage
Presley.
Against the Machine.
Oh yes, that would be great.
That'd be a good one. That would be a good one.
Just bring Surge. That'd be good enough. Oh man. Tankin. Sorry. I said that totally wrong. That's why you laughed at me. Okay. Hazel, why don't you pick another one, man? Let's make sure we get the ones of truth out of the way first here.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah. So, all right. Sorry, I'm in the haunted forest. Not really. Maybe. Possibly.
I thought I heard a controller.
When is he not gaming?
It's what he does, man.
Hey, no. I was looking up actually like rock bands that would be like what I'm thinking of, and I'm just like, I don't know any of these fucking bands. So getting back to the questions from that and not being in the haunted forest because I respect our guest. As Sweaty Spooks. Question for the show. Truthl1ves. Is it a confirmed little one on the way? And how many players would that make your fire team? How many in the family?
So yes, after 3P tests, I'd assume that's a yes. And then that would make 4. That's excluding the cat because I don't count the cat. Just saying. I know it's a cat. I don't know.
You must be a dog person. No,
I'm a dog person. I'm not a big fan of cats. You should see my arm. It'll explain why. Yeah, it'll be four in the family, and I'm not exactly sure when it's due. Probably sometime next year, late next year. Yeah,
nice,
it is confirmed.
That's my family. Family of 4, man. It's a good number.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's a boy because my wife said, "Oh, after we have one boy and one girl,
we're done.
We were done." I'm like, "Cool. I'm gonna go get snipped after that point."
I tell everybody I've had my 2.3 kids. I'm good.
Yep.
Think about it. Okay, never mind. I've got one from Chubby Wizard here. Question for the show: if you could bring back one TV show for another season, let me say it again. Question for the show from Chubby Wizard: if you could bring back one TV show for another season, what show would you bring back? I'm picking an easy one and taking Game of Thrones. So sorry, Hazel, can't use that one. Thanks, love the show. You got something in mind, Truth?
Eureka.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hated the way they ended that show. That was one of the worst endings they could have given a show.
When shows end like that, it usually means they're out of money.
Yep. And they were canceled.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It was horrible. So I would love to see them bring it back for one last season to actually give it a proper goodbye.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think, Hazel?
So I had 2 answers for this, and I think that the one that I'm going to have to go with was a show on the CW back probably in maybe like early 2000 something or another. And it was called Jack and Bobby. It was about basically these 2 brothers, an older one and a younger one. The younger one grows up to become the president. And it's basically all told from his perspective and like interviews and things like this. And it was just really like, the show was just like really ahead of its time, how it did its storytelling and everything along those lines. And it just never took off. But nowadays, everything is doing the same thing. And it was canceled after 1 season. And I just would love to go back and spend time with those characters again.
Those are the toughest, man. 1 season show, that's just the hardest thing. Because you
I could
finally get into it and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
Firefly.
I mean, Yeah, Firefly, exactly. I mean, I was going to say Lost to a degree, but then again, I was like,
You
that's
would.
not. But no, but that's the thing, though, is that I don't want to pick that because they gave it an ending. I don't want them to.
It was a sufficient
do
ending.
another ending. I don't want them to do a redo like they're doing for Dexter.
They can't. Yeah, I heard that.
They're remaking Dexter.
Yeah, one more.
Wow.
Another.
No, they're doing
encore
one
season.
more season.
Yeah, an encore season
because they don't have anything else to do, and the people that were in season whatever.
Hey man,
more money.
if you got money for a TV show, now's the time, man. Everyone is rabid for shows on streaming services right now.
True.
I'm really worried about the movie theaters. Like I said last week, I'm really worried. As I say, me and my wife are going to a movie this Saturday. You know what mine would be? I loved this show as a kid in the 80s, and they remade it in the 2000s, and then they ran out of money. Battlestar Galactica with James Olmos.
They finished that.
Not really. Not the way I think they were still going to the other planets for humanity. They cut it short. They did an easy, we're out of money, quick ending of that show. I think they need to bring that show back.
You're talking about the 2000 version?
Yes.
The
2000 version.
Okay.
And I was not happy the way they ended that show, and I was devastated because that was a great show.
I didn't really care for how the ending was anyways. It was a horrible ending.
Exactly.
It was just like Eureka. They obviously ran out of money.
They were, you know what? They were talking about, if you remember, they were talking about going to that planet to restart humanity. I would have loved to seen that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it never did. They started to, and it just fizzled out. And then all of a sudden, I guess the captain dies. James almost dies. And it's been such a while since I've seen it, but it's vivid
that ended like 20 years ago.
I did not like the ending of that show, but that would be a show. I'm guarantee you Chubby knows what I'm talking about. It would be a great show to bring back and revamp.
I'd love to see it. I'd pay to see it.
I saw it in the 80s as a kid. I was obsessed for that. And Buck Rogers in the 21st Century, that was another one back when I watched as a kid. Great show. Mm-hmm. I'm really showing my age, but I don't care.
Dude, I've seen Leave It to Beaver. That's a classic too.
Yeah. Hazel, why don't we pick one each and call it a night?
Oh boy. One more, huh?
Well, I mean, if you want to pick two more, go ahead.
Good ones, man.
Well, okay.
There was a ton this week.
You go one, I'll go one, and then you finish for the night. How about that?
Oh, fancy. All right. Question from Warlock. Is Bungie ever going to buff scout rifles? I think we already talked about that.
I think we did.
So, I mean, we can...
They need to make larger maps. We've already talked about that.
Yep.
To make scout rifles an efficient weapon where we can use it. Otherwise, shotgunners are just going to slide and shoot you, and you're done. And you're going to
bring
cuss.
Back Destiny 1 Year 1 maps.
Bring back the big maps, man.
Well, that's what they're doing already.
We'll see.
No, do you remember the Year 1 maps from Destiny 1?
On the moon? The moon maps?
Those massive, like, Battlefield-style maps with the sparrows and everything?
Yeah. The interceptors
bring
on
those
them?
back. Yeah, bring those back.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, we kind of covered that, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, then next question here. I like this one. Uncle Scumdeath. I've asked this question before on another well-known podcast, but I want your guys' answers. If you were up before a firing squad to be executed, which Destiny gun would you want to be killed by? Love the show, my dudes.
Great question.
What gun would I want to be killed by? None of them, because it really irritates me in Crucible when I get killed by them all.
I mean, when your head pops from that sniper shot? Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm just joking. I'll probably say Malfeasance because that'd be a quick death.
Yeah.
3 shots and you're gone.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What do you got, Hazel?
I think it'd be fun for a minute, and that'd be tractor cannon.
You can actually feel your body getting flailed around and up against the wall. Good answer, man. I couldn't think of that one. I would say a sunshot because I want to see my head explode.
You want to see your head explode? How would you see that?
I mean, I would see it right before my death. I would see a flash of yellow, a ball of fire, and then be gone. That'd be good. I'm good with that. It'd be quick too, like Truth said. Nice and quick. You might be bleeding for a while with your tractor cannon over there, Hazel.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'd be flying through the air.
You'd be like
a few broken bones, but it'd take you a lot longer.
I can see a player running up to him, and Hazel's like, kill me, please.
And he just teabags him.
Yeah.
These nuts.
That's my luck.
A good one. Good question, man. Good question. All right, I'll finish out the night then. Let's see. Well, Sweaty Spooks kind of asked that question already. I think he put it in a... Well, no, hold on. Let's look here. I want to pick a good one. All right, I'll pick this one from Warlock. Good to see you again, buddy. Question for the show. Which raid is the most difficult for you to complete or is always giving you a headache playing? Oof, I think we know what Truth is.
Actually, I would say Crown or Spire.
Spire, man.
Spire is a difficult one. If you don't know what you're doing, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, good answer. What do you think, Hazel? You're the raid master. You're Sherping a raid, and your calm voice is like, okay, we're gonna do this, guys, and this and this. Which raid just makes you go batshit crazy?
I would probably say Crown, just because the RNG in it is kind of crazy, but it's not terrible.
It's definitely cooperative. You definitely have to be in sync with your partner.
Exactly. Yep.
Truth already said it. Spire of Stars. It's like a blender, man. It's like a blender. You got to stand on plates. You got enemies just keep coming at you. You got to stay alive. That's the hardest part of that raid and that final encounter is staying alive long enough to be on the plates to let your guy go up and throw the balls. It's so damn frustrating, man. I'm so stressed every time I play that damn raid.
Benefit to be a warlock, though. You get your rift.
It doesn't last long enough, trust me.
Well, that's when you're using the wrong. They're using the wrong thing. You need to be using, what is that exotic?
Phoenix Protocol.
The other one besides Phoenix Protocol. It extends your rift the more the kills you get in it.
You talking about the Lumina, the boots?
No, the other one, the chess piece. I'm trying to remember what the chess piece is called.
Chess piece?
Yeah, you don't remember the chess piece?
How am I not knowing this?
Let me look it up. I'm open. I already have my app open.
Oh my
Sanguine Alchemy.
Okay, no, I don't use that a lot. I don't use that a lot. Damn, that's a good thing. I never even thought of that, man.
Keep changing that exotic too.
Though, that's true.
I want to try it with a well and see if it actually works.
Let's read it together, shall we? Let's see. I'm trying to find it here. Where is it?
Things Gator learned.
Oh, I already deleted it. It's already gone.
I just looked it up in my collections in my little light app, man.
All right. Well,
Sanguine Alchemy comes with blood magic. Weapon kills while standing in any rift. Pause the rift countdown. Extend its duration. Further kills maintain and extend the length of the pause.
All right. I'll have to try that out.
Almost unlimited rift.
That's one of those exotics that just fell through the cracks with me. I just didn't think to use it.
Originally it did something else. I think it gave you like orbs or something like that.
Yeah,
probably.
And then it got completely and utterly broken, and they were just like, okay, we got to do something with this.
Right. Yeah. Hey, great questions, everybody. Damn, I'm amazed every week. Everybody just comes through like a champ. Thank you, everybody, for putting questions. If we did not answer your question tonight, and we still had a few left, we'll get to them next week. Don't worry. We answer everybody's questions except who? Creepy Uncle Bot.
Yep.
We don't answer his questions.
Dad Bot sometimes.
Dad Bot. Oh, and Mom Bot. No, we don't answer those. Sorry.
Well, Mom Bot hasn't made a question.
She hasn't. We'll test her and see. We'll see if she puts.
I hope she. We're fucking playing with fire.
Challenge accepted, right? What did I do, man? Oh, damn it.
God.
Just remember there's 3 ways to get a hold of us, guys. Our speak pipe that I mentioned. speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, our Twitter to our podcast, guardian_D_cast, and of course the podcast questions channel in our Discord. If you want to join our Discord, we have our invitation link, and it's a permanent link in our show notes, so look for that. All right, guys, it's our final part of the show. This is where we like to add our songs to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's a little sample of what all of us here like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist. I know it's long, on Spotify. And we also have a link in our Discord and in our show notes for our Apple Music users out there. So it's listed there as well. Like I said, I post links in all of our show notes for that. I'm being redundant. We now have 441 songs, 31 hours, and 41 minutes of great music, all representing our past guest and us, Hazel. So I can't wait to see what Truth is going to add tonight. What do you got, Truth?
So my first pick is Holy Diver by Dio. I was just listening to a Spotify playlist of, I think, either classic metal or something along those lines. It was an older, it's Dio.
Yeah, I know Dio.
Yeah.
And it came on and I listened to it, and it's a really good song. It just spoke to me. It reminded me, my dad loves old rock and roll like ZZ Top and things like that. And so it has that feeling.
Nice.
Of that style. So it just reminds me of my dad all the time.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Dio goes way back, man.
Mm-hmm. Classic, man.
Nice. What else you got for us?
My second pick is To Hell and Back by Sabaton. I don't know if you guys ever heard these guys. These guys are like from the Netherlands, but they make really good music. It's all in English. They have some parts that they might sing, foreign language, of course. But this song is best listened to while playing Battlefield 1.
Really?
Straight up.
Get
Their
that vibe.
music, it has that vibe. You listen to it. It's all the songs actually are talking about World War II and World War I. Like it's really cool. Like they've got songs talking about Panzer strikes, all kinds of things like that. It's really cool. But their music is really amazing. It's definitely something you want to check out.
Nice, man. Europe has some great metal bands. I'm finding out about them every day. Great music comes out of Europe, man. Great stuff.
Oh yeah.
Good deal, man. Good picks. Can't wait to listen to those, especially the Dio one. That'll bring me back. Yeah, man. Hazel, what do you got this week for us? Wait a minute. I only see one song in here. What's going on? What shenanigans are you up to?
It's a surprise.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, man.
Well, what's your first pick?
So my first pick is from a game that I am obsessively playing called Hades. It's called a roguelike.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically you're going through these dungeons and you're just fighting your way through. And it didn't dawn on me until maybe day 4 into playing this game that the only way you can beat it is basically to not die, because every time you die, you start over from the beginning. So you have to beat the entire game without dying.
That's old school, man.
Wow.
It is. And it's really hard, and the story is fantastic. So it's on Switch and Steam, and a song that I picked from it is called Good Riddance. It's the Eurydice solo.
Okay.
By Darren Korb. So it is a really, really fun game to play. Trust me, if I could play that and do a podcast at the same time, I would. But
good luck.
You can't.
This ain't the haunted forest.
Exactly right.
Yeah, my son plays a ton of roguelikes. He loves those games, man. I gotta look into this. It's on Steam. That's good.
Yeah, it has a mode on it. It has a mode on it called God Mode, where basically every death that you have, you get a little bit stronger.
That's just old school as well.
So
I love it, man.
Yeah, but the thought behind it though is because they want you to actually experience the story. So it's very, very cool.
Very nice, man.
Yeah. And then my second pick is Story Time with Hazel. So with this, every Halloween around this time, I will watch one movie every year, and it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, okay.
I've watched this movie since I was 16. Every year. And I'm taking a song from that.
I think I know the song you're going to pick.
And it's called Sweet Transvestite.
No, that wasn't the one I thought of. Got to go in, though.
Or were you thinking Time Warp Dance?
Yes, I was thinking Time Warp.
Yes. But, yeah, it's... I mean,
Whew. You scared me there, man. I thought something else was coming.
Oh, no. But no, I love this movie. Like I said, I mean, I've watched it for shit. I mean, is that 25 years, 24 years, 23 years?
I got to ask you, man. I got to ask you. Did you ever go to the theaters and have the characters dress up and actually do the play in front live?
Damn straight, man.
I love that stuff, man.
You know,
so much fun.
I mean,
times.
And it was great to see like all like the audience interaction with it, where it's like, you know, he opens up the coffin there. And
yeah.
It's like everybody in the crowd goes, "Riff, show us your dead grandmother." And he opens up the door and there she is. And it's not really her, but it's just things like that.
It's those good times, man. That was so much fun. Good luck doing that these days.
Yeah. Well, yeah, things are different all over there, but yeah.
I can't find those things around where I live.
I was going to ask if you've ever experienced. you ever experienced that, Truth?
No, I went to a high school play. That's about it.
Okay. No,
they're not going to do this at a high school.
No.
Yeah, they don't have anything like that out here.
I tell you what, though, there's something similar. I would say not even really similar, but there's something they still do, and my wife and I love doing them. And those are the riff tracks. You guys ever experience this? Where they actually, it's like Science Theater 3000, where they actually talk over the movies. They're really bad movies, and they just make jokes along the way. You're not there to see the movie. You're there to see what jokes they're going to make about the people in the movie. Of course. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we've just... Yeah.
Yeah, well, fun fact as well is it's always been a dream of mine to dress up like Frankenfurter.
Really?
Halloween. Yeah.
Are you going to trick or treat this year?
Not in that with my daughter, no.
No.
Why not?
Google it, Truth.
Frankenfurter. Wow. Okay. Google
it, Truth.
Yeah, not appropriate for a little girl. Sorry. Yeah.
Not appropriate for me either.
Are you gonna trick or treat with your daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Nice. I think we're gonna have a slamming. Our neighbor's gonna be slammed this year. I really do. I think everyone's just antsy to get the hell out of the house. You know, and everyone's going to be wearing masks. I mean, they're going to be wearing a Halloween mask, so it's like they're protected, kind of. Yeah, loosely based, but still, they're outside.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Good picks. That brought me back, man. You know, I'm doing something a little different tonight, guys. My first pick, I'm dedicating this song to our friends at the Destiny Down Under podcast, and specifically Mr. Log Power Slave. He tweeted out some positive vibes in the Destiny community last week. And he says, you know, I'm tired of dealing with these idiots, these salty people in the Destiny community. I want to talk to people who are real positive in the Destiny community. And there was a real outpouring of support. A lot of people mentioned us. Some people mentioned a lot of other podcasts and community members out there. So this Australian rock group formed in 1979 and was a big part of my teenage years. Winners of the Grammy in 1983 for Best New Artist. This group had the distinction of having #1 hit in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK simultaneously. And these guys, I mean, they were an international juggernaut back in the day. Log, this was one of my favorite songs from them, and it's from their first album from 1981, Business as Usual. It's a slow groove with a fantastic bass line and saxophone. Yes, I said saxophone. It's the song Down by the Sea from the rock group Men at Work. This group was so ahead of its time that you hear a lot of these rhythms and a lot of these bass lines and stuff in a lot of the new music that you hear today. Colin Hayes' vocals were fantastic. Those awesome bass riffs from Ron Strikert, in addition to Greg Ham on sax. I played saxophone in band, and I played all of their solos, all of the sax solo lines. I would have a little tape recorder, and I would play reverse until I got it down, and just fishing through the keys would find the sounds and put it together. So, Yeah, just a great song. Thanks, Log. I appreciate all the good vibes out there, and damn, we could surely use them these days. My second pick, I went old school again this week. This now 70-year-old songwriter and singer, musician, record producer, and activist from Choban, Surrey, UK, started his career in music at the age of 12 when he wrote his first song, Sammy the Slug. He started professionally at the age of 17 in a little band you might know called Genesis. He broke off from them in 75 and started his own solo career, and the rest is history. My song pick is off his third of 11 albums that he's released, named Melt, and it's the song Games Without Frontiers from the legend we know as Peter Gabriel. Man, what a life and music career this guy had. As requested, Mrs. Gator's chosen a song for this week, and she says this. This is how I felt when I looked in my desk drawer last week and couldn't find paper clips. And, of course, it's my favorite group right now. It's Missio with the song I Don't Give a. And it is a great song. You guys got to hear this song. If you're in a bad mood, having a bad day, pop this song in. You guys will snap right out of that. It's a great song. Zan picked a song this week. He says this is just a dope folk song that I listened to when I was in college. It's Skinny Love by Bon Iver. So I listened to a little bit. It's a good song.
It's not bad.
And,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. I usually post some videos of some of our picks in our music and TV channel. So look for those after our show releases and find a little bit more about these bands. Guys, I think that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 66 other episodes out there with interviews from gamers all over our community. So if you're new to finding us, take a look at those. Or do like Anubis. I think he said he's listening to him in reverse. Nope, you can listen to him in any order you want, man. We just appreciate you listening.
Exactly.
So just a bit of housekeeping. Just a quick reminder that we do have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I want you to be a part of it. If you're looking for a clan out there, especially before Light arrives in 2 weeks, now would be a good time to jump in, get to know some of these great guys and gals in our group. And we're not real hardcore. We just like playing Destiny. So if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under the channel GDC Destiny 2 Clan. And I always post a link in our show notes. You can always look for the invite there. We do, of course, ask that you join our Discord because that's how a lot of us put our raids together. We have a special bot, thanks to Kingsley Mack of the Guardian Hub podcast. We have a triple Discord channel, 2 Titans and a Hunter, Guardian Hub podcast, and us. We all have a bot, a 100.io bot that actually pings all of these 3 Discords out there. I can't talk, sorry. And everyone can group together and find through the 100.io can find a group. And it's just for our Discord. It's really cool. So join our Discord. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Truth, man. I had a good time tonight, man. It's a great conversation. I've been listening to your podcast. You're doing a really good job, man. Your transitions, a lot of your stuff that you're doing in your podcast is really professional, man. It's really nice and clean. It's a good job on that.
Oh, we try.
Do you have any episode coming out soon?
Next week, probably. More than likely, I'll have my second in command, TFB King Kai. He'll be on there for us.
Good deal. And what's the name of that podcast?
The Forsaken Podcast.
The Forsaken Podcast. Good deal. I got it. It's in my list. And how can everyone contact you if they didn't want to go through the podcast?
You can find me on Discord, Truthl1ves, hashtag 4409. Find me on Twitter at Truthl1ves, at twitch.tv/Truthl1ves. You can find me anywhere. As long as it's Truthl1ves, you'll find me anywhere.
Just remember, it's a 1 instead of an I, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Good deal. Well, thanks again, man. Had a good time tonight.
Yeah, it was good to have fun. It was good to be here. I had fun.
Hazel?
Yeah, so real quick though, just want to say, Truth, I love your podcast too. You bring a good energy to it, and it's just contagious to listen to it.
It is.
So yeah, so keep that up. And then, so me, Hazel, NT, anywhere and everywhere, me.
Yeah, not jealous. Not talking about jealous. So never mind. Forget it.
Oh, we forgot to mention the Poke Rap.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Was that this week?
Was that this week?
I'm
I thought
sorry.
I thought that was last week.
I don't remember anymore. Good call. Good call, Truth. Nice, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And I just said nice things about you.
I know, you did.
I take them
Gotta
back.
love timing, right?
You timed it.
I take them back.
Hey, everyone, you can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's Gatr. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as Gator, all caps Gatr, spaces in between, and Gator Space GDC on Xbox. You can find our podcast on whatever podcast app you use out there. I think we're on all of them. And I say that loosely. We're on a lot of them. And we're even on Amazon Music now. I just noticed we're being accepted into the Amazon Music family. So if you do your podcasting now through Amazon Music, we're in there. Look for us. Just search for Guardian Downcast. You can find us on our website, guardiandowncast.com, where you can find our Twitter links, our Discord links. Every way you want to talk to us, that's the place to go. And you can also listen to individual episodes right from your computer or PC, right through that website, guardiandowncast.com. If you want to email us anything, it's guardiandowncast@gmail.com. And our Twitter is @guardian_D_cast. So we usually like to post something every week of our guest where you have an opportunity to send us some questions. And we're now on Instagram. Just search for Guardian_Down_cast. And we are trying to start adding things relating to our guests in each of our shows. And we don't always get a picture, but when we do, we put them right in there. So, and I saw, Truth, that you gave us a picture. So we'll be sure to put that in after the podcast releases this week. So thank you for that, man.
Anytime, man.
Hey, everybody, continue to be safe out there. Hit that share button to know more about us. You want to let others know about us. That's the only way we grow, guys. Hit that share button or spread the word. And you know what? If anything, if we just put a little bit of a smile on your face this week with all the stress and all the election stuff coming up in the U.S. here, we've done our job. So thanks very much for that. Continue to be safe, everybody. Wear that mask in public, please.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
And thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
See ya. See ya.
Hey, man, thanks. That was great.
Hey.
That was a great
good.
podcast.
Yes. Thank you,
It was
man.
fun.
That was.
Hey, anytime.
And you get to see how it's all done behind the curtain now. It's real unorganized and crazy.
That's not that bad. It's way better than mine.
Well, you're just starting out, man. It'll take time to figure it all
yeah.
out. Just like Potato Thumbs and Distinguished Gentlemen, they all helped me out getting started. And the Bads podcast, which unfortunately is no longer around, but they Xanafan and Datbin Malone all helped me out getting started. So, dude, you'll do it. Just YouTube the hell out of everything, learn how to do it, and you'll get your chops after a few shows. You really will.
I always tell my guys in my clan right before I leave or anything like that, I say wrap it before you tap it.